All right, we are live. Welcome to the Parkersburg High School Memorial Fieldhouse for the 2026 version of the Crosstown Throwdown, the annual wrestling competition between two of the premier wrestling programs in the state of West Virginia. I am Macho Bob Roberts. My wingman tonight is Lightning Mike Shepard, four-time kickboxing world champion and Wirt County High School state wrestling champion in what, Mike, 1993?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
92-93.
Boy, we are packed in tight. We've got them packed to the rafters. This matchup is looking, it could be a little closer than anticipated, Mike, as Parkersburg South proved Saturday. They can be competitive a little sooner than anticipated as they tied Parkersburg High School for co-champions in the MSAC tournament.
Yeah, it looked like a really tight conference tournament Saturday.
And it was, and South being a new entrant into the MSAC, they're a former MSAC conference participant, leaving the OVAC, now in the MSAC with the Parkersburg High School Big Reds, thus giving us a few more matchups to get to see these teams wrestle each other a couple times, not only in a dual setting, but in a tournament setting. Speaking of duels and tournaments, Mike, there is a big difference in dual team competition and tournament team competition, the way the points are scored, the strategy. What do you know about that, Mike? What's your, as a wrestling coach, what's your strategy in these dual meets? What's going to win the meet for either of these teams?
Pins.
You're absolutely right, Mike. Bonus points, tech falls.
Yeah, tech falls.
Major
decisions.
Yep, and when you've got the lopsided matches where you got a guy that you know this guy's going to win. You've got the stud, you've got the Braxton Amoses, you've got the Nick Johnsons from the PHSs. You know, the guys that are going to come out and dominate. Can the opposing wrestler stay off their back and save a point here and there and keep the match tight?
Yeah, that's important. That's important. Sometimes a good loss will, or a few good losses will help the overall cause.
And as we're looking forward to a great matchup between these boys wrestling teams, you're taking a good look at the PHS girls team there. They just passed. Now you see the beautiful Big Reds wrestling mat there. The Parkersburg boys coming off a runner-up finish in the state last year. Parkersburg South has been down. I believe they had a 5th or 6th place finish last year, which is abnormal, where Sean Smith has had 8 state titles since 2015. So this guy's not used to being on the bottom, Mike.
No, not at all. 8 out of how many years?
Whatever 2025 minus 2015 is, Mike, I am
10,
not a math.
8 out of 10.
So here we're getting a good look at the Parkersburg South girls team over here. A couple names to recognize over there. Allegra Keaton at 107, coming off a 6th place finish at the Powerade tournament in Cannonsburg, PA. And at 120 pounds, Justice Anthony coming off a 3rd place finish at Powerade, where she lost in the quarterfinals, battled all the way back for a 3rd place finish, and also a runner-up finish at the very prestigious Ironman tournament in Stowe, Ohio.
Yeah, those are two of the top, maybe the top 2 tournaments.
I would say those are the top 2 high school wrestling tournaments in the country. And little lull in the action. Macho Bob has a lot to talk about here tonight. The first things first, I would give you a rundown on these lineups, but you guys out there know as much as we do. There's going to be some gamesmanship. There's going to be some chess moves. There's going to be some checkers moves. We might get to see some matchups between some guys that we did not anticipate seeing line up against one another. There's always a little bit of shenanigans and a little bit of movement in the lineups when these two teams meet. And another exciting thing for us, Mike, not only did these guys meet in the MSAC tournament and then they'll meet later in the regional and state tournaments, but I think we've got a dual meet state tournament coming up here pretty soon, and I'm pretty sure we just got an invitation to do a little bit of more commentary.
Well, that sounds like a good time. Do you know how many teams are invited to that?
Yep, and we are just about to get started here with the girls' version of the Crosstown Throwdown. That will be followed up by some junior varsity matches, and then that will lead us into some coaches' interviews and culminate with the varsity boys matchup between the Parkersburg South Patriots and the homestanding defending runner-up Parkersburg High School Big Reds. And yes, and Mike, you know this, what's going to happen when there's only one food bowl and there's two hungry dogs, only one of them's going to eat.
Yeah, more than likely.
Now,
they're not going to share, for sure.
Now, however, being that the state title usually resides here in Parkersburg, you know, whether it's Parkersburg South, it's been a long time for Parkersburg. The big dog right now is up in Morgantown. University's won the last two state team championships. So it's going to take both of these squads being competitive with one another to take down the big dog up in Morgantown.
It should be interesting. Is University in the same regional as South PHS?
You know, you're asking the wrong guy, Mike. I do not believe that is a fact. I don't believe so. And we can hear. And it looks like, Mike, talk to me about this referee. You know, referee across the mat here talking to Dave Jeffrey over there in the plaid shirt.
Yeah, that's Steve Stoffel. Known him for years. He wrestled for
Steve Stoffel.
Herbert Hoover.
And he was a wrestler for Hoover.
Then we played college football together for Rich Rodriguez at Glenville State in the 90s. At
Glenville State. And speaking of Glenville State, Glenville State's got a very solid wrestling program going on right now, proving to be highly competitive in the NCAA Division II level, even going into Morgantown and taking on the Mountaineers. And it looks like we've got our first matchup of the night. I wish that I knew these young ladies by name. I am hoping that this PA announcer is going to help me out.
I think this is the coin toss.
Oh, they're going to flip this disc and see who's going to get the choice. I believe they've changed that, Mike, where there's no longer a disc flip in each match. It rotates even in odd numbers who gets the choice at the end of the first period. And our first matchup looks to be a guessing game.
Yeah, hopefully they announce
and
where we're at.
Like I said, we've gone through this the last few years, and this is one of those duels, especially with the females here, especially with the girls here, being a very new sport, a lot of new athletes here. This is the first time that we're getting to see these athletes, and you're gonna get to know them at the same time that Mike and I do. And there's our first Parkersburg South victory tonight. That's going to be 6 points for a forfeit for Allegra Keaton, who again, coming off a sixth place finish at the prestigious Powerade in Cannon McMillan. All right, here we go. First matchup of the night from Parkersburg South, Aubrey Lopez from Parkersburg High School, Rose Atkinson.
114 pounds.
114 pounds, little firecrackers in there. Heavy on the head, straight out of the gate, and always some good tough hand fighting and good head position from both girls right there. Not content, staying forehead to forehead. Little bit of an ear-to-ear tie up here. And a thing that you see in the girls wrestling here, Mike, is a lot of inexperience. And you'll see we have to take that into consideration as we watch these girls. Many of these girls are first, second, and even you're lucky to have a third or fourth year wrestler like Allegra Keaton and Justice Anthony. But the majority of these girls are very novice. And what I've seen the last couple years, the referees tend to be fairly judicious with their stalling calls with the girls. And there's Rose Atkinson in on a head inside double. Aubrey Lopez reaches around, snatches the ankle, scores her 2 points on the boundary. Her 3 points, I apologize, takedowns are 3 points now. And Mike, how does that change the dynamic of the sport, getting 3 points for a takedown?
I was just thinking about that the other day watching wrestling. It really, if you're good on your feet, it gives you a major advantage. Because when we wrestled, we always took down. No matter what. We always just took down because we were going to score points. But when you get 3 for a takedown,
it makes it very easy to build a lead, but it also makes it very easy to mount a comeback.
Sure.
And some good top pressure. There's a half Nelson by Aubrey Lopez. Rose Atkinson is in trouble. Near fall swipes. You see the very calm demeanor of Aubrey Lopez there from South. Working to isolate that arm. Recovery from Rose Atkinson. 4 near fall for the Patriot grappler. That's a 7-0 lead. Aubrey Lopez. And good top pressure here from Aubrey Lopez. Good job working inside behind those arms. That was a good top ride there by Aubrey Lopez, Mike.
Yeah, it was. She was a little high with her weight when she had her on her back. Couldn't get the fall.
She did, and that was a good fight there. Showed a little bit of resilience there from Rose Atkinson to get off her back. It was Aubrey Lopez's choice. She deferred until the third period for choice, and Rose Atkinson chose, like you said, Mike, she's going to go neutral for the opportunity to get a 3-point takedown of her own. And boy, the intensity in this building, the tension is just very thick, even though that we're just getting started with the very first bout here of the 2026 version of this highly anticipated high school sporting event. Again, forehead to forehead action.
Yeah.
And boy, that's why these athletes wear headgear, Mike. It is a physical sport in there.
It sure is. And, you know, girls are rough. Girls that want to wrestle, they're always rough.
And, Mike, they tend to try harder. Sometimes they're better listeners. You know that from being a boxing coach. They tend to try a little bit harder. Maybe they have something to prove to themselves. I don't know, but you see some good elbow control there from the Big Red wrestler. However, just no offense coming out of there.
They're not rotating. They're just head to head, going straight in, straight back. And to get some offense, you got to rotate, go side to side, get an angle, have your opponent step up with that outside and then attack it.
Yeah, again, we can chalk that up to a little bit of inexperience. And there's the first stalling call of the night. That one is on the red wrestler, Rose Atkinson, hit with a stalling call.
But they're both standing in pretty good position.
And they're doing a good job wrestling in the center of the mat, just not very much offense, not much shots, not much leg attacks, not many kind of slide-by, throw-by action. You see some good underhook action there coming from the South wrestler. But, again, forehead to forehead, not much offense. But with a 7-0 lead. Oh, and there's a head and arm throw. Rolled through the head and arm throw by Rose Atkinson. The roll through by Aubrey Lopez. But Rose Atkinson recovers and scores her own 3-point takedown on the boundary. And now she had her in a little bit of near fall danger right there. But good way to finish the second period by Rose Atkinson to climb back into this match, Mike. We're going to the third, 7-3. South wrestler chooses top position. And she had a good strong ride out in the first period. So strategic move here by the Parkersburg South coaches.
We will see.
Good strong tight waist and a spiral ride. Had the half Nelson went in there on the right hand side. There's a half sliding in on the left hand side, an inside wrist. Looks for a little cross-face cradle there. Nothing there. Good activity by the top wrestler.
I like her wrist control on top.
And you saw when she started to get a little bit high there, Mike, she came back with the arm through the crotch to regain position.
There it is.
Yep, and again, she's starting to get a little bit high. Sag those hips back now, Mike. She's getting a little bit high. And she needs to be very patient here. There's no reason for her to get in a hurry. There, and she got a few more swipes and 2 more swipes, and that's a 2 near fall for a 9-3 lead. A little bit of cross-face action, Macho Bob's favorite move.
See, I like that wrist control. Going through the armpits, it's so safe. And then working halves.
And you see the bottom wrestler appears to be running out of a little bit of gas here. Gas tank dwindling. The south wrestler went for an armbar. You see a near side armbar locked up there. Nothing there. Back to the tight waist. And again, Mike, we chalk this up to inexperience. Right there was a few opportunities for the south wrestler to turn. And here she goes again to the back. And right here's where the elbow has to go to the mat. Elbow deep. There's the pin. 6 points. Parkersburg South. Aubrey Lopez with the mat slapper. And that's one of those things, Mike, where in wrestling practice you just drill and drill and drill the fundamentals. When you get the half Nelson in, the shoulders are 90 degrees to the mat, the elbow drops through, you go elbow deep, sink it through, and these young ladies will continue to learn. All right, this is the matchup we've been looking for. Justice Anthony from Parkersburg South against Anaya Powell, former Parkersburg South wrestler. This weight is 120 pounds of action. Good underhook there by Anaya Powell on the left-hand side. You see the shoulder brace on the left shoulder of Anaya Powell. Little throw by, little shuck by action. Now the underhook by Justice Anthony. Whizzer. Anaya Powell with a good, strong whizzer.
This has to be a top ranked match in the state.
This is
probably the top 2.
Yes, these got to be 2 of the top competitors in the state. And this is going to be as good as any matchup we're going to see tonight. Boys, girls, junior varsity, varsity, it doesn't matter. This is going to be a highly contested wrestling match. And again, good underhook position there by Justice Anthony on the left-hand side and looking for that throw by. Good action on the edge there. Both young ladies circle back to the middle. Good wrestling match here, Mike.
Yes.
And you see the nonstop battle for inside position here. Again, the left side underhook. And there's the high crotch dump by Justice Anthony. That was very slick. Set up nicely. And then straight to the offense on top with the armbar in on the left-hand side. And look for the half on the far side. Boy, look at that top, heavy pressure. And you got to wonder about that shoulder brace on the left shoulder.
Yeah.
And she's got that turkey bar in there, really, that chicken wing bar in there. And Anaya Powell is in trouble. Justice Anthony looked like she got a couple swipes there, looked like 2 or 3 swipes. It's going to be 4 near fall Justice Anthony, potentially dangerous. Shoulder was in a precarious situation, always looking out for the health of the wrestler. And what a smart attack by Justice Anthony, Mike. If someone comes out there wearing a shoulder brace, what are you going to attack?
She attacked that shoulder with a chicken wing.
And she continues to do so.
That fireman's carriage was slick. That was nice.
You're going to see a lot of and you're going to see a lot of those high crotch dumps tonight. That's a staple in both of these programs. 5 seconds left. First
see
period.
The wrist control. Somebody teaching these South kids top wrist control.
Well, this Justice Anthony, this young lady's come through the Patriot wrestling program with Bobby Morris. You know how Bobby Morris is about wrestling. Well, Justice Anthony's dad, he's the coach over here, the boys coach.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, his first name is evading me right now, but he's a very good technician and a very good teacher of the sport. Front headlock here by Anaya Powell. Break-in contact and good action back on our feet. 7-0 Justice Anthony controlling that left side underhook again. Inside control has been owned by the Patriot wrestler. There's a little throw-by attempt by Anaya Powell and a whizzer by Justice Anthony on the boundary. Battle of leverage there, and they're out of bounds. Back to the middle, and hey, even though 7-0 lead, nothing is insurmountable in this sport, especially with the 3-point takedown and the new 4-point near fall criteria. Heavy pressure from Justice Anthony, straight backwards out of bounds for Anaya Powell. One more of those and look for a stall call. Heavy underhooks there from Justice Anthony.
That was a high crotch.
There she is to the front headlock. She's got the underhook one side. They're back out of the headlock. Now we've got an overhook left side from Anaya Powell. Good hand position head fighting by both of these young ladies. There's another stalling call on red. No shots coming out of the red corner. Justice Anthony dropped under for a high crotch attempt, a little half-hearted high crotch attempt. Got to wonder about the health of the left shoulder. Well, there's a good throw by Anaya Powell. Tried to muscle. And, wow, that was a good scramble on the side of the mat. A good little throw-by attempt, and she slid down to the single. But excellent mat awareness by Justice Anthony to know exactly where she was at. Justice Anthony looked for the head and arm throw right there. Now she goes to the body lock. And Justice Anthony has proven to have a superior leverage advantage, a little bit lower center of gravity. And she's just owned these underhooks, and that's been the difference in the match so far. Okay, here we go, too.
If I were coaching Anthony, I would deter her from locking up upper body with a 7-0 lead, third period. You know, I'd play it. See.
Well, again, that's probably her strength, Mike.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And again, she's in on that dump. She's having.
She likes that overhook. That was my thing too.
Yep, she's having a lot of success with the underhook on both sides, and she set the dump up 2 or 3 times. She's finished it once. She's been close a couple times. Look for it here again as the gas tank dwindles here late in the third period. Another throw attempt there. The whizzer, you see, Justice Anthony's just relentless with the underhook, and the wrestler with the inside position is in an advantageous position the majority of the time. There's a little underhook and throw by. Very nice by Justice Anthony. Little scramble on the mat. 3-point takedown. Now we're in kneel fall criteria. That is a funky position. Some kind of scissor lock. The referee's in my way. Looks like some kind of jiu-jitsu armbar she had under there, but it's going to be good for Justice. And back to near fall criteria once again. And that is lights out. Justice Anthony with the pin. Game performance by Anaya Powell. Make no mistake about it, Anaya Powell is a fine wrestler. We've got to wonder about the health of her shoulder. She's carrying it a little gingerly off of the mat right there. But there is no shame in the game when you lose to a competitor like Justice Anthony, third place Powerade runner-up Ironman. That is a highly competitive Division I female wrestler right there, Justice Anthony.
Sure.
All right, here we go at 126. Ava Piggott for Parkersburg South. Raiden Walker for Parkersburg. And you see these young ladies wrestling from some distance, Mike. Okay, so they're a little bit reluctant to get in there and go for those tie-ups.
I like how low they are defending that lead leg. You know,
they are staying low, and you saw that first reach from the big red wrestler there was a little bit high, and when a wrestler reaches for the head, you got to look for a shot underneath. So
right there, yeah.
Yep. And again, Mike, I try to keep reminding myself that these girls are very novice. The majority of
Sure.
these girls are.
It's a new sport. Give it 10 years.
And quickly, both of these schools will be dominant in a matter of a couple years, Mike.
Why would they probably are now, aren't they?
But
Pretty
they're
girls.
They're two of the better ones. They're two of the better
within
ones.
our state.
And when these girls start to see the opportunity there for college scholarships and to further their education through the sport of wrestling, the opportunities there, the numbers are going to continue to grow on both sides. A little ear-to-ear tie-up, a little bit of muscle action there from the Parkersburg Big Red wrestler. Not much offense here. I think the referees are going to give these two ladies a chance to figure something out here because there have been 0 shots. There's been a couple reaches up for the head, but 0 leg attacks. There's a leg attack. She's in on a head outside single. Good sprawl by the South wrestler. The legs elevated down to the mat. 3-point takedown, Big Red wrestler Raiden Walker. I hear the drum thumping. The Parkersburg South Patriot Ava Piggott is in trouble. Raiden Powell steps over. She's looking to the ref. What do you need from me? It's got to be close.
Extend that wrist.
And there is the mat slapper, Raiden Walker, Parkersburg High School, with their first victory of the night. And you can just, I've got chicken skin, Mike. Look at the hair standing up on my arms right now.
Yeah, that.
Raiden Walker with the Big Reds' first victory of the night, boy.
So now we're coming up 132 pounds.
Braylee Jones, Parkersburg South. Karma Hedges, Parkersburg High School. And you recognize that name Hedges. Her brother, Grayson Hedges, was a wrestler on the Parkersburg boys team last year. And she starts quickly with a 3-point takedown.
She looks fit.
She
strong.
looks like she is ready to get after it. Comes from a wrestling family there. She's got the inside wrist trying to run it around. Here comes a half on the other side. She's running it hard. Shoulders 90 degrees, elbow deep. The drum is thumping. Braylee Jones is in trouble. Big bridge. Karma Hedges being very patient, sags back. And there's 6 points. Parkersburg High School, Karma Hedges with the pin.
Impressive.
Karma Hedges, they've got a wrestler on their hands right there, Mike.
Yes, they do.
And here comes 138, Ella Way for Parkersburg High School. That's the daughter of Parkersburg High School Athletic Director Chris Way, sister of Big Red wrestler Dom Way. She accepts her forfeit. Sister of Callie Way, last year Big Red wrestler, I believe now a gymnast at Fairmont State.
We have a tie, team points.
Hey, we're in it. Mike, thank you for
Teammate.
paying attention, man. I get so sidetracked over here. All right, here we go. 145 pounds. Katie Ford, Parkersburg South. Diana Isaacs, Parkersburg. Straight into the ear-to-ear tie-up here. Underhook from the Big Red wrestler on the left-hand side with the pink headgear.
I like how low they're getting. They're down low. It's hard to attack somebody when they're that low.
And Mike, when you're teaching novice wrestling, when you're teaching, there's a body lock attempt from the South wrestler, a head and arm throw, or a good job there staying off of her back by Katie Ford, where a little scramble there. One girl went for a head and arm throw, one girl went for a body lock, and neither wrestler scored. But back to what I was getting to, the very first thing that you teach a novice wrestler is a good stance. If you can stay in your stance, you can wrestle.
Yeah, you have a defense. You can defend yourself. When you get out of position, that's whenever you get in trouble.
Yep, so hey, that was a lot of action right there for 1 minute of wrestling and no points to be scored because both girls had the opportunity to score. There's the South wrestler, Katie Ford, in on a head inside single, but she gets flattened out by a good sprawl. Diana Isaacs with good heavy hip pressure. A battle over here on the boundary. She's over the top, holding on to that ankle, and she is going to post the head down. If she can break that lock on the leg, she's got an opportunity to score here with 30 seconds left.
This looks like an even match.
Very evenly matched. I'm looking for a
even
stalemate here, but no. The head in the center, and she sits Diana Isaacs to her butt. Look for an opportunity to score here. The girl with the higher hips is going to win here. Whoever can win the hip battle. The higher hips are Diana Isaacs right now. But she is not going to be able to keep the feet in bounds. And you saw that every time that Katie Ford got her hips up off the mat, she had the opportunity to score. Again, we're going to chalk that up to inexperience. Here we go, final 5 seconds of the first period.
I see this one coming down with gas now in the third period.
Hey, and I'm out of gas just from watching it, Mike. Boy, I tell you, we're in a battle here. Diana Isaacs is going to choose the bottom position.
Now, does that first point, if she can escape, does that mean anything in overtime like it used to?
You know, Mike, you're asking the wrong person again. I'm going to have to get that high school rule book and reference that thing. But she fired up off the bottom there, and there she's got the reversal, and now she's got Katie Ford. Wow. So we had a reversal there. Diana Isaacs got the reversal. Diana Isaacs got 2 near fall swipes, and then Katie Ford got a reversal for a 4-2 lead for Diana Isaacs. An escape now for Diana Isaacs for a 5-2 lead. Good job by the officials there to keep track of that fast-paced action.
Yeah.
And novice wrestlers are very hard to officiate. Officiating Pee-wee wrestling and some of these newer girls, these scrambles where there are times when they don't understand that they're in control. It's a good spot to be in. Don't relinquish that position. And there's another 3-point takedown by Diana Isaacs and a heavy crossface from there. That one came from right field. That was a pretty good right uppercut there, Mike.
That was.
Might want to get her in the doghouse gym over there. And she's putting on some heavy top pressure. She's built herself up a big lead. A 7-2 lead, I believe, is the correct score.
I think that's right.
And I think you can see Diana Isaacs, you can see the confidence beginning to grow as the lead has swelled to 8-2. She's going to be bottom position here with 32.3 left, second period.
Hey, but Katie Ford looks pretty fresh.
Hey, Katie Ford needs to get busy here. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're switched to position here, and she's got a good opportunity here, Mike, to come off the bottom.
She needs to come off the bottom, maybe get a takedown, at least maybe a reversal, and make it closer for the third period.
Yep, and she went for a little switch there off the whistle, wasn't there? Now Diana Isaacs has a far side cradle locked up, a cross-face cradle locked up. Look at this technique, Mike.
Yeah,
she hops
right
across properly the other side.
Look at the defense.
Yep.
Did you see the foot defense from the South wrestler?
She did, and now she's back to the wrong side. She should have come back over and got hip to hip, Mike, and battled that foot. Now she's giving up the reversal. A great score there by the South wrestler, Katie Ford, to cut the lead to 8-4 going to the third period, and now it's her choice. She's going to go bottom, Mike. She's got a chance to get back in this match.
Yeah. They as hard as they've battled, they look pretty fresh. Both of them do. Don't you think?
You know, I can't hardly tell underneath all that hair hanging down there. You just don't know. But you see good position there. She started thumbs up there off the bottom. Not much explosion, but an escape, and look, now she's in on a takedown. And that's a 2-point reversal, and she's taking her straight to her back. Diana Isaacs is in trouble. She held onto the head too long, Mike. And now Katie Ford has got her on her back. She is flat, and that is it. Katie Ford with the comeback victory. Wow, this place is raucous right now. What a highly competitive match. Diana Isaacs and Katie Ford. Let's give it up for those two young ladies.
Talk about a comeback.
Oh, man, what a
wrestling. Down 8-2, came back, was ahead with the back points, and got the fall.
And they're going to see each other a couple more times this year, boy, and that's going to be a barn burner every time.
Yeah, that's an even match.
All right, here we go for Parkersburg South, 152, Leah Chichester. And for Parkersburg High School, Aubrey Conzo. Parkersburg South, Leah Chichester, 152, Aubrey Conzo for Parkersburg. There's, a big heavy haymaker, the back of the head. This is the fist fight over here, Mike. Aubrey Conzo means business. She has Leah Chichester balled up in a far side cross-face cradle. She's trying to pull her back into the boundary. Again, Mike, this is one of those things where as soon as she learns to finish a far side cradle, she's going to be dangerous. That's a strong young lady.
Yeah.
Boy, and she is just putting straight heavy hammers on the back of the neck of Leah Chichester. Aubrey Conzo. Heavy top pressure.
Notice how she's up over the shoulder with
She is. I don't necessarily like that, but there's another big elbow. She's gotten herself into a bad situation.
Peterson.
Now she's gotten herself into a bad situation. She's still in control.
Go behind.
She's still got control. If she can, she's got her in near almost. Now she's in near fall criteria. Now she's pinned. Now she's pinned. How did the ref miss that? The South wrestler is in the basement. Oh my gracious. How did she escape that? Aubrey Conzo with the 4 near fall. That was one of the strangest sequences I've ever seen. She put herself into a terrible situation, and then the South wrestler responded by putting herself in a terrible situation. And now, the referee. And you can hear the displeasure. There's going to be 3 near fall for the Big Red wrestler, and then there was a technical violation for a
clothing.
A uniform grab. Now we've got a gas tank issue. South bottom wrestler is gasping big time for air. Leah Chichester. Luckily, she gets a little break here. That was a huge onslaught by Aubrey Conzo, who started very strong, very physical, got herself caught in a bad situation, but escaped. Got herself some near fall, and she's got a big 11-0 lead. But again, these girls get in such precarious situation, like no lead is safe.
No, this is a closer match than the score, like, if you follow me.
Right, because Leah Chichester had Aubrey Conzo hit with the Peterson, but she didn't know what a Peterson was.
Yeah, I don't think she knew.
And now I hear the drum thumping. But what a fight. Leah Chichester, there's no quit in the young lady. I have no idea how she has contorted her body, but there she goes to her back. There's the mat slapper. Aubrey Conzo finishes another 6 points for the Parkersburg Big Reds.
That ties it back up.
That ties it at 24. All right. Well, hey, Mike, I'll tell you what. You might want to talk to that Aubrey Conzo and get her in the fight gym, because she was throwing some bows out there.
She was. Those forearms.
Yeah. And hey, let's give it to these refs for letting them go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a physical sport.
Sure is.
Here we go, 165 for Parkersburg South, Avery Ferguson, Kaylin Yoder for Parkersburg High School. 165, the weight class. Good start here, forehead to forehead action. Both wrestlers battling for that inside position. There's an ear-to-ear head and arm tie. Little pushing off. Let's see which wrestler here is going to take the first leg attack and take the first opportunity to score here. There's a half-hearted leg attack. She's in on the leg. Good butt drag there by the Big Red wrestler. And the South wrestler scores the 3-point takedown. And again, as these girls mature, she's got the half, she runs it, elbow deep. Oh, now she goes back to the crossface, Macho Bob's favorite move.
Grabs the shoulder.
Crossface to the back.
She looks like a veteran in this
Yep, and right there's where you relax, count your near fall, get your near fall, now you work for the pin. And it looks like she's very close. She's going to sag back.
Take the wrist, extend the wrist. It'll flatten out.
And there's the mat slapper, Avery Ferguson. Man, what some barn burners we've seen so far. Big pin
these
there,
girls are something else, and they're evenly matched, most of them.
And this is going to be a forfeit winner for 185 for Parkersburg High School. Aslan Thrasher with the victory, and 285, no contestant for Parkersburg South. It's going to be a forfeit win for Raylan Strother, Parkersburg High School. And that's going to give the Big Reds the victory for the night, Mike, but a highly contested wrestling match.
Yeah.
So if these teams can put together 2 full lineups, man, we're going to be working with something here.
No doubt. That was interesting. But the effort,
and looks like we're going to have. Here comes the handshake line. It's going to end up a 36-30. Victory for the homestanding Big Reds in a very highly contested duel and a fantastic way to start the night. Hard-fought battles in every weight class, and great job by all these competitors on both sides of the school. Mike, what a way to start the night, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I like the effort out of those girls, and I was impressed with their conditioning. A couple of the matches, it was a dogfight back and forth, and it went to the third period, and they were fresh. They look fine.
Yeah,
I think they're both in good shape. I think they're they're fit.
And there was a few matches where you thought, well, heck, this girl's got a huge advantage. She's going to win this easy, and then she turned, and then there's a comeback. And she lost. So that was fantastic.
Yeah, if they did it again tomorrow, it's hard to tell what will happen. I wouldn't want to pick the winner.
All right, hey, Mike Shepard, that was a great way to start the night. You're watching high school wrestling on CAS 45, brought to you by One Community Federal Credit Union. We're going to step away and take a break while these JV guys get warmed up. We'll be back shortly. High school wrestling, CAS 45, brought to you by One Community Federal Credit Union.
Bowling and Dunn Family Dentistry can't wait to see your smile. When you take care of your mouth, every expression is an expression of good health. A healthy smile is a powerful thing. That's why you should come visit us. Our relaxed atmosphere will make your visit stress-free. Young or old, the key to good health is right under your nose. Call today to schedule your appointment. Your smile is in good hands. Bowling and Dunn Family Dentistry. Get ready to change the way you feel about dentistry.
At Carl's Pawn Shop, our inventory changes daily, but that's not all that's changing. We're excited to announce a new addition to our family. Goldsmith Seth Bailey, formerly of Armstrong Goldworks, has joined us and can happily take care of all your jewelry needs. We have also given our Division Street showroom a complete redesign. However, our commitment to excellent customer service, quality merchandise, and great prices will be staying the same. So stop by today.
It's always fun to see what's new at Carl's. Carl's Pawn Shop.
Are you tired of spending your weekends mowing? At Dallas Tractor Sales, we have the right equipment to fit your needs. Choose from our time-saving, commercial-grade, zero-turn, stand-on, and walk-behind mowers for a precision cut. And our lightweight, high-powered Echo and Shindao trimmers and blowers will help you get the perfectly manicured look in a snap. Take back your weekends, or get back to what you love doing most. Come see us at Dallas Tractor Sales, 2800 Camden Avenue in South Parkersburg. Mow faster, enjoy more.
Hey, it's me. Here's the skinny on that weight loss combo that actually works. First, take PGX before meals. It's a patented super fiber that expands in your stomach, so you eat less. Next, there's GLP-1 Pro. It supports GLP-1 production in your gut with probiotics and botanicals that help your metabolism. Both PGX and GLP-1 Pro significantly reduce blood glucose levels. Buy them together at Mother Earth Foods and save $10.
On sale now at Mother Earth Foods, empowering healthy living since 1975.
Right now, Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
As we get older, we know that health isn't something we can take for granted. It's personal, it's vital. And when something's not right, we need a place and a team we can truly trust. Our vision is a healthier tomorrow for everyone in the Mid-Ohio Valley. When you walk through our doors, you're not just a patient, you're family. And we're here for your health, your hope, and your life. WVU Medicine Camden Clark, dedicated to excellent healthcare for generations to come.
This is Jim Staley. From my 44 years of handling car wreck cases, I know that many people don't carry enough auto insurance to protect themselves and their families. That's risky and can lead to financial disaster. You can't rely on the driver who caused the wreck to protect you. You must protect yourself. If you don't know if you are adequately insured, call your local agent or call me. I'll review your policy for free and share my thoughts and experience.
I'm in a good mood. I'm walking down the street. Don't need to be rude. I am with my bare feet. It's a lovely morning. I'm feeling blessed.
No matter what you do with your feet, keep them happy with the perfect floor from Honest Fred's Flooring.
For my disc herniation, I found relief and recovery with the Cox technique. Now I'm more active than ever.
I was in extreme pain and had an MRI completed in 2021, revealing disc bulges and spinal stenosis. I couldn't do anything without experiencing radiating leg pain. I was referred to Dr. Falwell, and the treatment has given my life back.
I was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease in 2009. My neurosurgeon was impressed with the results of my care with the Cox technique offered by Dr. Falwell. My surgeon recommended avoiding surgery, and I've been extremely happy with the results ever since.
The Cox table gently restores strength and flexibility of the neck and low back, providing treatment for bulging discs, arthritis, degeneration, and all bones out of place. The Cox technique and Falwell Chiropractic Clinic, your answer to relief.
I've switched.
I switched.
I've switched.
And I'm doing better with the Cox technique.
At Cox Family Pharmacy, we've built our reputation by taking exceptional care of our patients. Our team takes the time to get to know you and your family so you can get the help and service that you deserve. Thank you for making us your pharmacy for over 17 years. Cox Family Pharmacy, we're trusted.
Are you ready to smile with confidence? Look no further than Premier Dental Group. We're here to make your dental experience comfortable, convenient, and truly exceptional. From routine checkups to advanced cosmetic procedures, we offer a full range of comprehensive dental services. You can trust that your smile is in expert hands. Premier Dental Group, where your smile comes first.
Auto Glass breaks, and that's not cool. What is cool? Murray's Glass is still a locally owned family business that is dedicated to quality work and great customer service. So Murray's is still fixing glass, and Dennis, well, he's still rocking. Call Murray's today.
Rejuvenation Laser and Skin Center wants to welcome 3 new state-of-the-art machines to their location. The Physique targets stubborn areas that regular diet and exercise have trouble with to help you get the results you've been looking for. The Tetra is a CO2 laser that offers fully customizable skin treatments to help improve fine lines and wrinkles, scars, and more. The Pico helps remove tattoos and dark spots by offering laser skin resurfacing with no downtime. Call 740-538-9943 to book your appointment.
On days like this, your furnace works overtime, and up go the chances for a breakdown. But there's one team that's always ready, Morrison Incorporated. Hi, I'm David Haas. When you call us, you're getting a Bryant Circle of Champions dealer that sweats the details and has the best trained people around. We know home comfort and indoor air quality like no one else. This winter, let Morrison bring the heat. 373-5869. Online at morrisonhvac.com. Morrison Incorporated in Bryant, whatever it takes.
Safe, comfortable, welcome. There really is no place like home. Membership in one community federal credit union feels like home. You're safe with online and mobile technologies that help you manage your finances. You can relax. Competitive savings and lending rates help you maximize your money. You're always welcome at 2 convenient locations staffed with people who know you. One community federal credit union. You're at home with us.
The new year's here, and so are the projects waiting to begin. Whether you're building, fixing, upgrading, or finally tackling that idea you've always been planning, start strong with Fasteners and Supply in Mineral Wells. From nuts, bolts, screws, and anchors, to tools, safety gear, and specialty hardware, we've got what your project needs to get it off the ground and get it done right. Local service, local expertise, and the brands you trust. Make it a year of progress and start at Fasteners and Supply in Mineral Wells. Follow us on Facebook for all the new arrivals.
Our number one focus at Mattress Max is making sure you feel welcome and comfortable in our gallery. After 2 decades of guiding our customers, what we know is that total relaxation is the key to understanding your needs. There's no sale that's going to expire. There's no pressure to buy. Our core mission has always been customer education.
For mattress education with an expert, visit our clean, friendly mattress store. If it doesn't say Max, you're not at the right mattress store.
Fast Eddie's Title and License Service in Vienna is the solution to the long lines and extended wait times in getting your vehicle registration. No appointment needed, no renewal notice needed. You can do it over the phone in most cases. Walk out with your new registration and sticker. Call or stop by Fast Eddie's Title and License Service in Vienna today.
Hi, I'm Jessica Smith, owner of Smith & Company Vintage Market, inviting you to visit our 2 locations, 1301 Colgate Drive, Marietta, and Southgate Plaza, South Parkersburg. With over 300 vendors bringing in new merchandise daily, carrying a wide variety of antiques, collectibles, primitives, furniture, gift ideas, and so much more. We offer layaway and gift certificates too. Follow both stores on Facebook for daily updates. Smith & Company Vintage Market, a charming blend of old and new.
Keep that tasty feeling with you all day long with the new album from JR's Donut Recordings, Mr. Freshy's Favorites. Pepperoni rolling on the river. Donuts Stop Believin'.
Donuts Stop Believin'.
Living on a cupcake. Every bite you take. 2 cream filled with maple ice.
I want 2 cream filled with maple icing.
And more. This collection isn't available in stores, so stop by JR's Donut Castle in Parkersburg today and get one of their greatest hits yourself.
Selling your home yourself might sound simple, but did you know that national studies show that homes sold with a realtor sell for 30% more and 26% faster? Don't leave money on the table. Call me today so we can work together to get your home sold.
Welcome to Exit Riverbend Realty. Come sit at our table, give me a call. We just love taking care of all of your real estate needs. We have an office at each end of the bridge. See you soon. We appreciate you.
All right, we are back live. We are in the midst of our first junior varsity match. The Big Red Wrestler's got a half Nelson in, and he's got the South Wrestler in near fall criteria. And there goes that drum again. South Wrestler looks flat, and there's the mat slap. Dylan Nichols with the victory for the Parkersburg High School Big Reds, junior varsity, first match of the night, Dylan Nichols. And I'm not sure who the Parkersburg South grappler was. I do apologize.
Oh, it's Joe Pauley.
Joe Pauley. Mike, my wingman here, is driver's ed teacher at Parkersburg South, so he's got some firsthand knowledge of some of these kids. So
last year I had Dylan Nichols in driver ed. This year I have Joe Pauley in class.
All right. All right, as we await our second junior varsity. These guys look to be a little bit smaller here. Mike, who are we looking at out here? Do you know either of these young men?
Gabriel Reisman from South. I have him in class.
Hey, his mom's my masseuse at Wright Family Chiropractic.
Yes, mine too.
Okay, Gabe Reisman from Parkersburg South and from Parkersburg High School.
Well,
and I do apologize. We do not have the lineups or the weights for these junior varsity matches. I would say these are 113. I think Reisman's a 113. Gabriel Reisman's 113, and he has the big red there in near fall criteria. Builds his lead out to 7-0. And man, I'm just catching up here. I apologize for the confusion. This junior varsity competition started abruptly. We were expecting some warm-ups, we were expecting some lineups, and we had neither. So here we go with Gabe Reisman with a little near side leg lace. Looking for that half on the right-hand side. He's got the good inside wrist. You see the good 2-on-1 underneath there, Mike, and that's clutch from top position. If you get a good 2-on-1, break your man down flat, you're in good shape. All right, good 7-0, build a 7-0 lead there. A three-point takedown and then 4 near fall for Parkersburg South's Gabe Reisman. Reisman's going to choose the bottom position. You see a significant advantage or difference in height here, Reisman being the shorter of the two wrestlers. Very little explosion, but some good back pressure off the bottom. A short sit. Now he's in on a single. Good dump, inside arm is out.
Cradle.
And looks like he might have a little bottom leg cradle. Nope, he relinquishes the cradle. Oh, and a quick mat slap there. And a pin by Gabe Reisman for Parkersburg South. All right, here we go. Another junior varsity match between Parkersburg High School and Parkersburg South. And unfortunately, I do apologize to these wrestlers. I apologize to the parents at home or anyone that may, care here. I mean, no disrespect to these guys. I just do not know their names. Good start to the match here. Good hand fighting, very physical here on the boundary. The South wrestler, some good head position hand fighting. The South wrestler pushes the big red out of the boundary. They restart in the center. The ref has a few words for him, and here we go. Good left underhook, good left arm underhook there by the South wrestler. Looks to be a little more physical. He's in on a single, head and arm throw here. He's got the big red wrestler in trouble. He's got it locked up. He's going to walk towards the head, and he gets re-rolled. Recovers too high, gets his 3 near fall. He's still maintaining control, but the big red wrestler is very close to a reversal. Very, very close to a reversal. And now broken back down flat and no change. And that should be a 5-0 lead for the South wrestler, not the big red wrestler. All right, here we go. Parkersburg South wrestler chooses the bottom position. And we are off. Second period is underway. South wrestler keeps popping up to that bipod position. They are out of bounds. And boy, the intensity just continues to grow inside this building. The crowd continues to grow. People continue to file in. The tension is mounting. Big Red Wrestler is in near fall criteria once again. South Wrestler looking for that half Nelson. Reverse half Nelson, scoops the head, needs to lift the head. Needs to walk towards the head. Don't get parallel, he needs to get perpendicular. He needs to walk towards the head.
Grab that wrist and extend it.
Yep.
It'll flatten him out.
Yep, walk towards the head, pick that elbow up. Keep pulling that elbow towards you, young man. And there's the mat slapper and the pin for the Parkersburg South.
Drake Lawfrey.
Drake Lawfrey. I call him Lockery. You say there, you know that Sean Lockery from down there in Fayetteville. Yeah. He's a one tough character, isn't he?
Yeah, he sure is.
He crashed his dirt bike, jumping 100 and something foot triple jump, and then fought a 10-round professional fight 3 weeks later. Unbelievable. Wow. All right, here we go. I am not sure how many junior varsity matchups we have tonight, but here we go with another one. We have the South Wrestler here in one of the
Zane Reeder from South.
Zane Reeder from South.
And Nate Blankenship from PHS.
Nate Blankenship from PHS. All right, and these guys look like here they're in a good hand fight here. Good underhook from the South Wrestler on the right side now. Over top to the headlock.
These guys have a little experience. I think they're both seniors.
Yep. And a good neck crank, a headlock neck crank there to throw the wrestler to his back. Scores his 3-point takedown. No near fall. Looks like he's got a boot in on the right-hand side. He's got a leg in and no leg was in. Just a funny-looking position there. Good hand control from the Big Red Wrestler there on the bottom. He's to his feet. A lift and a mat return from the South Wrestler. A good physical crossface, looking to lock up a cradle over on the boundary. And boy, you know, these referees are letting these guys throw some blows, so I'm excited to see this varsity matchup. Sometimes these things can get a little bit chippy, a little bit out of hand. Toby Ray had his hands full last year during the duel.
I imagine.
So these guys better wear their big boy britches because this one's going to be intense tonight.
Nate Blankenship on top.
Nate Blankenship for the Big Reds. He looks like he's working at near side spiral ride up under the arm there.
Zane Reeder coming out from bottom.
Up
Parkersburg South.
Up to the bipod position. Back to some little bit of hand control. Got the hands broken and he's out. That's a 4-0 lead, Parkersburg South. Zane Reeder.
They're battling for that inside control.
And Mike, I tell you, what does it say about guys like this? Because when I was at Parkersburg South, and there's guys like this in every program that still continue to compete at the junior varsity level, even though they're upperclassmen.
Well, I think both these guys have been in the lineup at times. It just, you know, they're still jockeying things around, and people cutting weight and whatnot.
And there's another 3-point takedown to stretch the lead to 8 for the Parkersburg South Wrestler. Looks like he's working a little crossface. He's under the shoulder, going for the shoulder turn right. Here's where you relax, get your near fall, and then start working for the fall. Yep, there it is. Zane Reeder with his WVU headgear on there. Speaking of WVU, Parkersburg's got 2 West Virginia signees on their roster. Stephen Myers and Dominic Way, both juniors, have already signed with West Virginia Mountaineers.
That's awesome.
All right, who do we got here, Mike? I didn't hear the names. I wasn't paying attention.
Joe Polly for Parkersburg South. He's already had a match.
Oh, Joe Polly's wrestling again.
And so looks like Joseph. They just have his first name.
Joe Polly's back out there taking on.
Oh, wait, no.
And anonymous Big Red, forehead to forehead. Pauly snaps him down to the front headlock position, puts a little bit of weight down on him. Good top pressure. He's spinning, looking for the near side cradle. Back to the other side, spins, goes behind for his three-point takedown. Good misdirection, good change of direction there by young Mr. Pauly.
It's a little high.
Yep, there's some fundamental flaws here from both wrestlers. Not much hand control coming from the bottom, not much back pressure, but a top guy was not in the best position either. Now we've got an escape, and a timely escape for the Big Red to get himself right back in the match. Mike, what an environment we've got here, man. And
it just keeps filling up.
And I tell you, the way this thing works, the more competitive this rivalry gets, the more competitive these teams get with each other, the better it is for not just Wood County Wrestling and Parkersburg South Wrestling, but it's better for the entire state, Mike.
Oh, sure. Both are storied programs.
Yeah, 21 state titles for the Big Reds, 26 for Parkersburg South.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
57 total titles out of the city.
Man, Mike,
that's
pretty
crazy.
Smart. I didn't know you could add that high.
I had to take my shoes off.
All right, back to the action out here. We have a tightly contested match, 3-2 lead for, it's Joe Pauly, is that right?
Yeah, Joe Pauly for South. We don't have the name for the Big Red.
We don't know the Big Red, but he is the anonymous Big Red, and he is in the match. He's down 3-2. He's got the front headlock. He's got to go behind. He's got the 5-3 lead. Now he's got Pauly broken down flat. Forearm across the back of the neck. He's looking underneath there, looking to get an arm bar, maybe a half Nelson, an inside wrist. Kind of turtled up there for Mr. Pauly. Not a good position to be in. Got to be close to a stall call here on the bottom, man. There's the arm bar in, and now he's in trouble. Those shoulders are flat. There's the pin for the anonymous Big Red. I apologize, young man, for not knowing your name, but a great performance and a 6-point mat slapper for the Big Red. And that looks like that is going to wrap up. And boy, you hear the animosity in here as the Parkersburg South Patriots come in for warm-up. The Big Reds let them know whose house this is. You're watching high school wrestling on CAS 45, brought to you by One Community Federal Credit Union.
Safe, comfortable, welcome. There really is no place like home. Membership in One Community Federal Credit Union feels like home. You're safe with online and mobile technologies that help you manage your finances. You can relax. Competitive savings and lending rates help you maximize your money. You're always welcome at 2 convenient locations staffed with people who know you. One Community Federal Credit Union. You're at home with us.
Hey, welcome back. I'm joined by Parkersburg High School Wrestling Coach Matt Littleton. Coach, what's this, your 7th, 8th season?
I believe we're going into my 9th season.
All right, my son wrestled for you. You've got a couple duels, team championships, but no team state championships.
No, not yet. We were obviously very close last year, fell short of that goal. Obviously that's on the forefront of our mind going into this season, and it's something we're kind of been building for.
Well, and it's rare to see a team have 4 individual champions and not win the title.
Very rare. Now, kudos to University. They came ready to perform. Like I said, we fell a little short. I thought we ended the season on a very good high, but obviously not exactly where we wanted it to be. So it's kind of kept us hungry this offseason.
And so we know what we've got in Seth Drennan, Colton Skeen, Stephen Myers, Dominic Way. Myers coming off 5th at Powerade. 6th at Powerade, 7th at Ironman. He and Dom Way both signed at WVU already.
Yep.
And both those kids are juniors, correct?
Correct.
So you've got another year ahead of you. Now, in this lineup, where are we going to find some third place finishers, some fifths, to get those consolation bracket points to win the state title?
So I think, you look at our lineup, I look at like CJ Caritas, Austin Caritas, Aiden Linko, who was strictly our third string 106 pounder last year, came onto the scene. He's ranked number 1 right now at 106. Tech followed the number 2 and Penn the number 3. You look at like Parker Woods is going to have another good year. And then, you throw in we haven't really had our full lineup yet this whole season. We're getting closer to it. From 75 to 285 could all be different names by the end of the year. So this weekend we'll kind of get a good look, and we'll get to see we'll get some upper names or some upper weights, some of those names back, like at Adam Elder and Ethan Jones come back in the lineup. So those guys will be in the mix a little bit as well. So you got those guys, and then you got some of our, I guess, staple names, like I've mentioned Woods and the Caritises and Caden McDonald. I feel like it's going to break through and can make a championship run. I think we've got a solid group of dudes that could really score us points.
By far, this is the best team that I've seen since you've been here. It's your best opportunity to win a state title. It's almost an expectation this year. It's been 17 years since PHS last state title. That's a long time.
Yes, it is.
Being one of the premier schools in the state and the nation, and you've got them on the cusp.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at South this year, they were down last year. You beat the brakes off of them. They're coming up a little bit. I don't know if they're there yet. Are there any matchups you're looking at that you're excited to see as a coach? Looking at
there are a few. We have the Colton Hill and CJ Caritas at 32. We've yet to see that since junior high, so that'll be a good matchup, I think. Asa Yost just dropped down to 150 this weekend, so we'll probably get a little preview of him and McDonald, I imagine, here at the MSAC, which will be an interesting match too.
Very good match.
So we're thinking him and Dom might match up. Obviously, that's going to change a little bit, and then Parker Woods has really done a lot over the offseason, so him and Murphy at 165 could be a really good matchup as well.
Okay, I'm looking forward to a very competitive duel, but aside from the lopsided victory last year, let's talk about the atmosphere. And the atmosphere, not just in the building on the night of the event, but the lead up to it. It's a different approach to any other duel and any other event during the season. How do you, I don't know if you have to express the importance to your kids, but how do you get them juiced up but keep them on?
So obviously it goes unsaid, this is the most important duel of our season. Every year, we mark it on our calendar. It is the most important duel we have of the year. Not only to us as the guys about ready to compete, but to past Big Reds who have gone through this. This duel is important to them. So, going out there and being able to get in the fight and either go get the bonus points when you have to go get them, or stay in the fight and not give up bonus points to help win this duel. I look back at things I've been a part of when I competed as an athlete and then as a coach. I get, after the duel's over with, you always get messages from former Big Reds saying great job or whatever it is. So to us, it is the most important duel of the year. So we stress that to our kids. You don't have to stress it too much because they're competitive and they want to win, and the rivalry is there. So when it's time to toe that line, I think mentally they click and they're ready to go.
Yep, and as a wrestler, I was on both sides of it. In 93, we were 6th in the state. PHS beat the brakes off of me. Eric Freed punished me, and I remembered it for years. You know what I mean? So the next year, we knocked off number 1 PHS, but then they won the state tournament. 95, we finally pulled through and won it. But the battle, the animosity, the competitiveness between these two schools is just almost unheard of. So now that we've discussed the intensity between the rivalry, I want to ask you a question. First of all, how did you become the head coach at Parkersburg High School? I know you're a Wirt County guy.
I am. So I came here as a freshman, as a sophomore, came to PHS, and really kind of just bought into the program. And to me, Parkersburg is home to me. I loved it here. Right. Became a Big Red in every aspect of it. Played football, wrestled here. Went to West Lib, did my 5 years there. I coached at Wheeling Jesuit, which is now Wheeling College or Wheeling University now, I believe.
Yep.
Kind of got my teaching job back here in 2016, I believe. Right actually after I got in the Hall of Fame for football as well.
Okay.
So it's kind of, I got in the Hall of Fame one weekend, the next weekend I was hired here back at PHS. So it was kind of a cool little turn of events for me. And then Coach Way kind of moves up to the athletic director position, which opened up this job here for me. So it was kind of perfect timing. Maybe it was God's will, putting me in the right steps moving forward there. Who knows? But that's kind of how I got into this position. So it's kind of worked its way. The steps were just there, and it kind of just fell into my lap for me.
Right. And speaking of Hall of Fame, being in the Parkersburg High School Football Hall of Fame is one thing. But if you look at these names right here, Schwartzwalder, Johnston, Fallsgraf, Scott, Bob Dutton, who the Dutton Award's named after, Joe Handlin, Schennerline, and Chris Way. That's a Hall of Fame. That's a wrestling Hall of Fame right there. And now you're a part of that. It takes a man of high integrity. It takes a very consistent human being to come in here and lead kids. And wrestling coaches change lives. How do you maintain that? The daily thing. It's 365 days a year. It's not just 3 months of the year. What are the challenges that come with that? I saw you had your little girl in here, the wife picked her up. How do you manage the family and the wrestling family?
Well, so obviously these guys behind us have built the cornerstone and the tradition of what this program is. So trying to live up to their expectation and what they've wanted Big Red Wrestling to be is kind of what drives me, right? I love Parkersburg High School. I am a Big Red. I want to see it be a great. So that in itself motivates me because I don't ever want to see a program I love and cherish so much start to fall off, right?
Right.
So, when years we weren't as good, that means you got to work a little bit harder.
Right.
You got to put that extra grind in. And I think growing up and coming through this program kind of has taught, and wrestling in itself has kind of taught me that grind.
Right.
I do got a little daughter at home, and God bless my wife. She's 100% invested in this program, invested in me. So she picks up the slack whenever I'm away 3 days a week, you know what I mean? Or on the weekends, or she doesn't see me for a couple of days. I had her in here today, like you said, and my wife came and picked her up. So we were going to do this. I got practice. We got a girls tournament tonight. I got MSACs tomorrow.
Well, and the thing is, me and Mr. Caritas were talking earlier about how Chris Way's daughters have taken so naturally to the sport. Do you foresee your daughter's going to be around it for so long, by the time she's a high school age, she's probably just going to know how to do it naturally?
Well, that's the dream. Obviously, girls wrestling is growing at a tremendous rate. Obviously, I'm blessed to have a little girl that came into this world at the right time for wrestling standpoint. Fingers crossed she loves the sport as much as I do, and we can kind of share that bond and kind of grow together within the sport.
Right. And to be fair to both programs, girls wrestling is new. The Parkersburg girls wrestling program is new. Do they have their own facility? Do they practice in here? Do you guys share mat time? How does that work?
So we share mat time a lot, and some of our girls that are a little bit better sometimes come in here with the room with the boys, and they kind of go through our practices. Some of our girls that are a little less, they're a little more novice. They don't practice with us as much, but we'll share the room sometimes, and we'll go lift while they'll come in and practice. We also share coaches to an extent. They have a girls head coach. They have an assistant that kind of does boys and girls, and then sometimes one of our boys coach usually will be up there with the girls from time to time. Obviously, Coach Way has a daughter that wrestles, so he's spending some time there as well. So it's nice. We can kind of jump back and forth a little bit, and we kind of still watch that program as it continues to grow, and it's kind of, you feel good, watching it kind of get better and better.
Right. Another Work County connection to the Parkersburg program, Coach Drennan. He was a Work County wrestler, I believe a 3-sometime state champion. His son turned out to be pretty good. He came through the Cougars program, is that right? Mm-hmm. Now, the resurgence and the rebuilding of this Cougars program has been a big plug for Parkersburg High School. Tell me how that, as well as the middle school programs, are helping you to bring in some not polished wrestlers, but knowledgeable wrestlers and guys that you can develop into contributors?
Well, I think the Cougars program has obviously continued to come a far way. I know they're building a new building here close to us soon to really kind of
get them off of South Side.
Well, I don't think that's a long drive over there. We want to be closer to home, you know.
Right. You're over there spying. You're over there.
Yeah, well, you know. No, so we're going to get a new building over here, and it's going to continue to get better. I think our numbers with the Cougars are great. I think we've got the right coaches put in place. I think they're doing great things. You know, we've got good things going on at Jackson Junior High, and we're getting things solidified over at Hamilton. So we're really excited about that, and we're excited about, you know, the Cougars continuing to get better as well. You know, and Drennan's actually over there helping again with the Cougars.
Right.
He is our strength and conditioning coach here at the high school, so he does a great job for us in the weight room. So he's been a tremendous asset for us in all aspects with the Cougars and with PHS wrestling.
Right. Now, okay, as the landscape of not just college sports is changing with the transfer portal, we're starting to see that stuff in high school. What's your outlook on how do you keep guys from poaching your kids, from poaching your junior high kids? I mean, are you looking for kids that you know somewhere that you might bring in? Is that something that's real in high school wrestling right now?
No, I mean, it is, but I think when you build your culture, right? You build your culture and people know what your program's about, then that attracts the type of people that you want.
Right.
Right? Like, I think, you know, we built a culture here, we built a program here, and the kids that are here are invested and they want to be a part of Parkersburg High School because they think they know it's going to help them be the best version of themselves, whether it's on the mat and off the mat in all aspects. So I think you build that culture and you put things in place where these kids know that coaches are invested in them and that you want them to be the best person that they possibly can be, wrestler and individual person. I think that attracts those people. You know, parents want to see that. Kids want to see that. So I think that just keeps that door open for people to be like, that's where I want to be a part of.
Sorry to step on
No, you're
there,
fine.
but is it okay for a parent to choose a program based on the coaching staff?
If they think of obviously a parent wants to do what's best for their child.
Right.
And if they feel that coach is what's best for their kid, that's going to put them in the best position to be successful and become a good young man growing up, then that's, as a parent, I know as a father, I would do what I think is right by my child.
Right.
So I think it's what they need to do to what's best for their kid.
Well, Coach, I'm going to wrap this up. Is anything short of a state championship going to be good enough this year?
We would be disappointed if we don't get it.
I don't even think I had to ask you that question.
Yeah, we were disappointed last year, so obviously it's going to sting a little bit harder this year, but we're gonna fight our butts off to get there. Don't you worry.
All right. Well, listen, there's only one thing left to do. Any of you guys got a whistle? Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
The new year's here, and so are the projects waiting to begin. Whether you're building, fixing, upgrading, or finally tackling that idea you've always been planning, start strong with Fasteners and Supply in Mineral Wells. From nuts, bolts, screws, and anchors, to tools, safety gear, and specialty hardware, we've got what your project needs to get it off the ground and get it done right. Local service, local expertise, and the brands you trust. Make it a year of progress and start at Fasteners and Supply in Mineral Wells. Follow us on Facebook for all the new arrivals.
Welcome back. I'm joined by Parkersburg South Patriots head wrestling coach Sean Smith. Sean, how many years you been here now?
Oh gosh, I knew you were going to ask me that. This is my...
You started in 2015.
This is my 12th year, I believe.
All right. Well,
as head coach.
If you've won 12 titles, then you'd know, but you've won 8. You started with 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Almost unheard of.
Yeah.
26 times Parkersburg South State champs.
Yeah.
Rod Oldham 4, Paul Jackson 9, 7 times Coach of the Year. Tim McCartney 5 state titles. What does it mean to you to stand in shoes like that and not only fill those shoes but exceed any expectation that even the most rabid fan could have?
Well, we'll say that it's pretty incredible, honestly. You know, I think about it every now and then, you know, even like touch base with the wrestlers. about the history of our program and, you know, the importance of not only, you know, succeeding here, but also, you know, kind of like, you know, going over those expectations as well. You know, I never in my mind did I really think that I ever want to be the head wrestling coach here. I knew I love wrestling and I love this program, and the history that it has is like no other. Right. So, you know, it's pretty phenomenal to be, you know, just named in the same breath as those individuals, because I know they were excellent, not only wrestling coaches, but just excellent coaches and people.
When I think of those names, I think respect, I think integrity, I think discipline.
Yeah.
I think men of faith. You check all those boxes. Another common denominator we have, Pat Soul. Tell me a little bit about Pat Soul. What kind of influence has he had on your wrestling and coaching career?
I don't think we have long enough, but
keep it brief. Brevity. Keep it brief.
You know, Coach Soul is just one of those individuals that if you know him, you're lucky. He's been such a big part of my success as a wrestler, and you know, I try to think about things that he did as a coach. You know, not mainly here, but in college. You know, we followed each other to Liberty University, and you know, he was an assistant coach there, and just like the way he coached, and he was always optimistic, and he was always you know, making you feel good about yourself and making you feel good like that you could do anything. And that individual, you know, is pretty incredible. The amount of wrestling knowledge that he has is just outstanding, and he's I'm hopeful that I can, you know, have that same sort of
not to cut you off, I'm not trying to catch a crossface, but speaking of wrestling knowledge, I saw Dean Moore out there. Yes. He's got more wrestling. I thought his wife was going to divorce him for watching Wade Chalice videos back in the day. But so enough about the lineage and the past. Let's talk about today. I know your belly still hurts from last year.
Yeah.
But Saturday makes it feel a little bit better, because everybody said all South's down, they're 3 years out. They're 3 years out.
Yeah.
You guys showed Saturday you're competitive. Yeah. What are your expectations January 7th, 7 p.m., Parkersburg High School Fieldhouse?
My expectations is we're going to wrestle hard. We're going to wrestle like the hungry dogs that we are. I think, you know, although we're young, we still have some experience on this team, and I think with that experience, it's kind of getting the younger guys up to speed with, you know, how we want to wrestle. And I want to be physical. I want the kids to be physical, you know, within reason. But I have a feeling, you know, and like I told them just now out there, you know, we have every ability to win this match. But even if we don't, we're not done.
Right.
You know, regardless of what happens Wednesday night, win or lose, we're not done. And I think we're going in the direction that we need to be going in. And with that, I'm proud with how they wrestled this weekend. And I think we still have a lot more to grow from as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I was a wrestling fan or if I was not a wrestling fan, I would 100% most definitely tune in on January 7th. That's tonight. You're about to see this wrestling match. It's going down. Sean Smith and his Patriots taking on Matt Littleton and his #1 Big Reds. But as you know, Sean Smith, you don't give a doggone about rankings, do you?
No, I don't. Absolutely not. They don't mean anything.
Hey.
That's why you wrestle.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
See you.
Safe, comfortable, welcome. There really is no place like home. Membership in one community federal credit union feels like home. You're safe with online and mobile technologies that help you manage your finances. You can relax. Competitive savings and lending rates help you maximize your money. You're always welcome at 2 convenient locations staffed with people who know you. One community federal credit union. You're at home with us.
All right, welcome back. I'm joined here by Parkersburg South assistant wrestling coach. I think you're National Hall of Fame Wrestling Hall of Fame member.
Yeah.
Dean Moore, this guy's coached me since I was about 5 years old. You've been involved with the game. You started the Patriot Club, originally called the Blue Team. Dean, what keeps you going?
Just the love of the sport and love to work with kids.
How has the kids that you coached in my day and even before me, now kids today with the technology, the social media, how has it changed? How has your interaction with the kids changed? Because you're an old school type of guy. You're a no frills type of fellow.
Old school kind of blood and guts and toughness. The kids this day is technically a lot more sound than what we was back in your day.
Right.
You know, back in our day, you know, wrestling wasn't near as far as advanced as it is right now. You know, 3 or 4 good moves on your feet, on top, on bottom, and you know, work hard, and we got through with that. But this day and age, you got to sharpen your tools and be good at everything.
Okay, and how does it feel, Dean, knowing and the relationship I've had with you? You're like a father figure to me. I always looked up to you, looked at you like a father. The relationships you establish with these kids through the years with something. Elaborate on that.
It is probably the best feeling that I've ever had in my life is the kids, you know, respect you, and you know, they're bust their tail end for you. And once they get out of high school and stuff, we're friends for life. And you know, it's the kids that seem to really enjoy me, and I just love them to death.
Okay, well, Coach, I know you love to talk, but I know you love to coach wrestling. So I'm going to close this and let you get back out there to the team. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you.
Okay.
Again soon, Coach. I love you.
Yeah, love you too. We're pretty fortunate to have Sean Smith up here as a wrestling coach. Because I've been around a lot of wrestling coaches in my life, and he is by far the best teacher at wrestling that I've ever been around so far. And I'm in an ideal situation because I don't have to hardly do anything. Just sit back and enjoy.
And love the sport, grow the sport. And I agree that Sean Smith will not stay at the bottom, and that's a fact.
No, that is a fact. That's why we're getting better.
Thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
As we get older, we know that health isn't something we can take for granted. It's personal, it's vital. And when something's not right, we need a place and a team we can truly trust. Our vision is a healthier tomorrow for everyone in the Mid-Ohio Valley. When you walk through our doors, you're not just a patient, you're family. And we're here for your health, your hope, and your life. WVU Medicine Camden Clark, dedicated to excellent healthcare for generations to come.
All right, you hear the crowd right there chanting USA. It doesn't matter if you wear red and white or blue and white. We are all red, white, and blue united. We stand. You see the spotlight, center stage. The mat is set. It is go time. I am Macho Bob. This is my wingman, Big Lightning Mike Shepard, and we are here at the historical Memorial Fieldhouse on the campus of Parkersburg High School in beautiful Parkersburg, West Virginia. Titletown, USA is going to be Crossface City, USA tonight, Mike.
Yeah, it is. And from watching the JV matches and the girls matches, they're going to get rough.
They are.
The officials are letting them go.
And boy, I'll tell you, the intensity in this building has just continued to grow throughout the night. And when these lights go low, the tension gets high. It's going to be a dogfight out here. And they're running these wrestlers out here to shake hands, Mike. But we don't know who's going to wrestle who until they step out to toe the line. You can hear the animosity with the crowd, boy. These big red fans are just giving it to the Patriots when they're announced. And this will be a good matchup right here. This is a rematch of the MSAC title match, Caritas and Colton Hill. Being on the opposite side of Stephen Myers is not a place anybody wants to be. He's an Ironman place winner and a world-class All-American Division I type wrestler. ACO's 10th grader, Parkersburg South, good running back on the football team, coming off a big victory over defending state champion Caden McDonald. Dom Way, the Parkersburg High School. He's the favorite. He's the son of former coach Chris Way and current athletic director. If Parkersburg has a star, it's Dom Way. And there's someone you don't want to be on the other side of either. That's Jesse Adams. That's the younger brother of former West Virginia All-American Noah Adams. Adam Elder returning back in the lineup for the Parkersburg Big Reds. He's a senior leader for the Big Reds, so it's nice to have him back in the lineup. There you see the Big Red student section. They are raucous, and they are just giving the Patriots the business over here. The lineups are set. The lights are on. There's not much else left to do, Mike, now except toe the line.
Let's do it.
Here come the captains. Shake of hands between Stephen Myers, Jesse Adams. Here comes Nathan Murphy. Dom Way out there for the Big Reds.
Aiden King for South.
Hey, these referees better be on their A game tonight because this thing gets heated quickly, Mike.
Sure. I haven't watched a South Big Red match in a few years, but anyone I ever seen.
Mike, I tell you what, I don't come to them unless I'm wrestling in it or if I'm on the microphone because I'll end up on the mat. You know, I tried refereeing, but I'll be up in the stands.
Yeah.
You know? All right. It's go time. You hear the Big Reds back here with their war chant. You can see them there in the lower left of the screen. There's a good look at the visiting Parkersburg South Patriots out front, led by head man Sean Smith. And it looks like we are going to start at 106 pounds. It's going to be Austin Conley for Parkersburg South, Aiden Linko for the Big Reds. Aiden Linko, only a third-year wrestler, but showing some very, very promising for a third-year grappler. Starts out quickly with a three-point takedown, early lead Linko. There he is looking for a near side tilt, and he's getting swipes already. I hear the drum thumping. It looked like he got 3 swipes there. 4 swipes, that's going to be 4 near fall, 7. Quick 7-0 lead for Aiden Linko. Austin Conley, take nothing away from the young man. He's going to be a great young wrestler. He's a 9th grader, and he's very undersized. He's lucky to touch 100 pounds with rocks in his pocket, Mike.
Yeah, there is a size difference for sure.
And you see some good 2-on-1 control there on the top by Aiden Linko. Not much to do underneath for Austin Conley, soaking up that weight difference. You know, for 2 guys, that's a pretty high percentage of their body weight there. You know, if it's a 5 or 10 pound weight advantage at 106 pounds. A big lift. I thought we were going to see a high amplitude mat return, but didn't come to fruition. Good heavy top pressure from.
Conley kept his hips down where he couldn't be elevated.
Yep, looks like we've got some blood time, and that didn't take long. It is a physical sport here. It's going to be, they got the blood time running for the Parkersburg High School wrestler. They'll get him cleaned up. We wonder what kind of strategy we're talking over here to Austin Conley. First of all, young man, stay off your back. Second of all, stay off your back. You know, watch out for this near side tilt that Aiden Linko There he's schooled at this top with the heavy pressure. He's going to look to trap one arm and tilt and collect those near fall points and try to get a bonus point victory for the Big Reds.
We're at 7-0 right now for Lenko.
40 seconds. Big opportunity here for Parkersburg South to get some points on the board going into the second period. But Aiden Lenko is just relentless on top. Heavy top pressure. He's got a good 2-on-1 on the right-hand side, and Austin Conley's just got no answer.
Yeah, Lenko looks really strong for 106 pounds.
And for a third-year wrestler. He's very young, very green wrestler.
Really muscled up. Looks like he spent some time in the weight room.
He certainly does, and he's got a bottomless gas tank too. You see him trying to work that near side arm out there, looking for a little turkey bar. I can see it better from this angle. Austin Conley kind of turtling away there to protect that right arm. Good first period by Aiden Lenko. Good job by Austin Conley to kind of slow the onslaught there and slow down that scoring, because it looked like Aiden Lenko was going to turn up and put a bunch of points up.
Yeah,
so.
he's done a heck of a job staying off his back, because, well, he was put on his back early, but the rest of the period he did a good job.
And I do apologize, I didn't see whose choice that was, but Austin Conley's on the bottom again. Now he's up to his feet, no hand control. He's in the bipod position, broken back down. Aiden Lenko doing a good job maintaining top pressure and a good ride out here on top. Bottom man, you could say the bottom man's stalling, but he's really just getting dominated, Mike. Sometimes there's just not much you can do under there.
He needs to free up that wrist.
And Aiden
That's
Lenko,
what he's working on right there.
Yep, and Aiden Lenko doing a good job with the top pressure and the 2-on-1. However, he has not cleared the hips. He's not necessarily working for a fall. I look for a stalling. Well, now he's going to cut him loose and try to work for a takedown. And now we are neutral, 7-1, Aiden Lenko. And they wrestle on the edge. Circle back to the middle to avoid the stalling call. There's a half-hearted shot by Austin Conley.
Both guys staying low.
There's a good shot by Conley, head inside he's got the single on the right leg
gut wrench
of Lenko. And Lenko with the good heavy hips to stop the shot. He's got that left arm of Conley in a precarious. Now he's got looking for the far side cradle. There's a 3-point takedown. That stretches the lead. 10-1, Aiden Lenko. Austin Conley in on the left leg, trying to pull the ankle underneath.
He doesn't really have much.
Look for a stalemate right here. And 10-1, you got to be thinking Aiden Lenko. We're thinking tech fall here. He's thinking tech fall, or maybe try to get Austin Conley on his back and get the 6-point fall. Bonus points is a must, and as of now, he's got the major decision locked up with bigger than an 8-point lead. Austin Conley has slowed the match down. There's not much action. And here's a tilt attempt and a good roll through by Conley. Little cross face underneath, Macho's favorite move. Trying to lock up the far side cradle. That'll end the second period, 10-1, Aiden Lenko. All right, you got to think at this point in time, if you only give up 14 points for Austin Conley, that's going to be a moral victory, I believe.
Yeah, but I think he's getting in trouble on his shots. See, he makes a half-hearted shot, and then he gets down underneath and gets in trouble.
Well, but the half-hearted shot's saving him from a stall call, because he's been going backwards the majority of the time.
Yeah, well, he's got that overhook right now. He's all right.
Yep, the action's right here in front of us. The referee's got you blocked. There's not much going on. Aiden Lenko and their
Lenko just looks like he's got so much upper body strength.
Yeah, he is put together for a 106-pound wrestler. Parkersburg's got a product. They've got a good young wrestler on their hands here.
Wonder what grade he's in.
I think he's a 10th grader.
Yeah.
As is Austin Conley's a 9th grader.
He's a freshman.
Freshman. You can see how undersized he is. He's going to be a very good
wrestler.
There was
a decent shot. Now he's got to rotate his hip.
Well, you just see the difference in the strength right there. Reaching in there for a little butt drag. He's going to look for the go behind. There it is. And that's going to be 13-1. Now he's looking for some tilts, no swipes. He's got that left arm of Austin Conley locked up. He's working that 2-on-1 hard underneath, looking for, he's going to cut him loose. That makes it 13-2, one more takedown. Actually, one more takedown will
make it 14.
Will make it 14, so he's going to need a takedown. He's secured the major decision here. So he's pretty well locked up the major decision. Even with a Austin Conley takedown, it would still be an 8-point victory and a major decision. So 24 seconds left. Wrestlers are neutral. Aiden Linko 13-2 lead. His coach is imploring him to get on the offense. Austin Conley holding on for dear life to that leg. Every point could be very important in this duel. Nothing awarded yet, nothing awarded yet, nothing yet. Excellent fight there by Austin Conley to prevent the technical fall. Major decision. That's going to be a 4-point victory for the Big Reds. Aiden Linko starts the night off in a big way.
Yeah, that was a good match
for the Big Reds.
You got to take your hat off to Conley for not giving up any points at the end.
And he did. He fought off his back. He's taken on a bigger, stronger opponent. He's probably a year away. Ninth graders are not supposed to compete at the varsity level, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, here we go for Parkersburg South. Braden Karstens and Austin Caritas at 113. Austin Caritas, one of our fine young cameramen here at CAS. And you can see also that he is a fine young wrestler as he hits the little slide by. He's got the back, he's on the edge, he scores his 3-point takedown. They're out of bounds. 3-0, Austin Caritas. Little fast-paced action between these two guys right here. Two very athletic-looking wrestlers out here. Austin Caritas, you see these Parkersburg Big Red wrestlers, they're very physical on top. They're always looking for the 2-on-1s. They're always looking for the bars, looking for the crossfit. Here's that cross-arm tilt. They like to do that roll-through cross-arm tilt. That must be a Matt Littleton specialty. There's the cross-face cradle. Looks like it's locked up. He's hip to hip. He's going to sit him back. There goes the drum. Austin Caritas got the far side cradle, bottom knee in the rib cage, looking for the fall. The drum is thumping. Referee squirming, trying to get the best view. He says, no, not yet. I see space, and the hold is broken. Braden Karstens escapes the cradle for near fall for Parkersburg. Good far side cradle there by the Big Red.
Yeah, that was nice. 7-point lead, 7-0.
And you see how that the 3-point takedown and the 4-point near fall has really changed the dynamic of wrestling, Mike.
Sure has. I really haven't watched it since.
And now you got two boots in. Austin Caritas is really putting work in on Braden Karstens. Now that is not a great place to be for Mr. Karstens. You see the big arch from Caritas. He's posting the head down. There he goes, looks for a little turn. Turn him off his hips. Just enough to keep the ref from saying, hey, you're not trying, you're stalling. And at the same time, you're establishing dominance over the man beneath you.
And you're wearing them out.
Absolutely.
I've had people, when I was a kid, ride me with double lines like that.
Boy, it's just what's the best way to get out of legs?
Don't get in them.
Don't get in them. There you go. Who taught you that? Matt Ashley?
Yeah.
There you go. There's a little slide by. That was a nice slide by Austin Caritas right there, wasn't it? Now he's got the little inside lace. Almost got the Merkle. Reaching across maybe for, there was a little Splato available there, but now he's
Older Nelson.
There's going to be the 3-point takedown. And that's going to be 10-0 lead, Austin Caritas. And these Big Reds are bottom loaded. They're very, very, very good in all of the lower weights. And so they're looking to score as many bonus points as they can early on, all the way up to the 57-pound weight class. You see the little gamesmanship, showmanship there, posting the head down, getting physical, really putting some torque on that shoulder, manipulating that shoulder. A little bit of legal pain, a little bit of legal physical discomfort. Not a great place to be for Braden Karstens.
No, that is not fun.
And you wonder why wrestlers have shoulder problems later in life, you know. Again, not much going on here in the bottom. You could call the bottom man for stalling, but is he stalling or is he just getting dominated, Mike?
Well, he's the top man has position, and you just can't do much. Yep. You got to build up your hips and dig one of those legs out, and that's hard.
Well, the good news for the South wrestler is the bad news is he's getting beat up on the bottom. The good news is the Big Red wrestler's not scoring any points.
Yeah, and it's 10-0 right now. So,
and there's some near fall. And I think I heard a mat slap. The drum was thumping, and the referee, hey, they teach you, Mike, when you slap the mat, you look away. You don't care about the clock. He was pinned. Match is over.
Yeah.
That's Austin Caritas by pin. That's 10-0 Big Reds. All right, next up at 120 pounds, it's going to be Jordan Durth for Parkersburg South. It is going to be Seth Drennan for the Parkersburg Big Reds. And Seth Drennan, one of Parkersburg's 4 returning state champions, taking on a very game Jordan Durth. In on a single early. He's got it elevated. Whizzer position there for the South wrestler. Jordan Durth's got the whizzer in. Legs to the outside, trying to break the hold. Seth Drennan's got it shelved, trying to pull him back to the center. Good battle on the edge of the mat. And there's your 3-point takedown. Good job by Seth Drennan to drag those toes, keep those toes inside the cylinder to score his 3 points. And again, this is the 120-pound weight division. Seth Drennan for Parkersburg and Jordan Durth for Parkersburg South. And again, you're seeing here, man, every one of these Big Red wrestlers so far has been super heavy on top, working that 2-on-1, looking for tilts, looking for cradles, looking for arm bars, very active on top. He's got the bulldog up the crotch, looking for the Jones tilt. He's got that elbow in the ribs. Nope, no swipes yet. Got to get those hips elevated. You saw the higher hips for the South wrestler. He avoided the near fall. Good job there by Jordan Durth to slide out of that scoring attempt by Seth Drennan. Seth Drennan very active on top, Mike.
Yeah, he looks ferocious. I'm impressed with people on the both teams riding on top. They're really, really good technique.
You're just in a tough spot for Jordan Durth.
See, you just got to free up your wrists. You can't, wrist controls everything, whether you're top, bottom, on your feet.
And very clearly, Seth Drennan owns Jordan Durth's right arm right now. And now there's the tilt. And there's a swipe. There's a swipe. There's 3 swipes. Nope, he said no swipes. Now he's got the far side cradle locked up. Good job by Jordan Durth to fight off his back again. There's some hand control, some back pressure, but the boot comes in. Seth Drennan gets the leg in on the left-hand side. And the clock just ticks away. And this first period is going to end 3-0 Seth Drennan. Whereas it could have been a much bigger lead because he had Jordan Durth in near fall criteria multiple times, just couldn't string together any swipes. All right, and we're going to start neutral. Seth Drennan, Parkersburg High School. Heavy head snap. 2-on-1 Russian.
And these lower weights for the bigger heads, they have so good hand control.
And you got to think, man, if you're in a room right there where you just got savage dogs at every weight class, there's a front headlock. Dirth looking for the cement mixer. He's got the underhook on the left-hand side. Now he's sitting on the front headlock. He can't stay there too long. Sucker drag city. You got to move those feet if you're going to lock that headlock. You got to circle. He's in a good position here, but he's got to do something with it, Mike.
Yeah. Yep. He had a pretty good opportunity to throw that underhook in that mixer.
Yep, and that's a junior high move. It's a peewee move, but boy, if you get a guy in the right position,
change directions,
it works.
Got their arm up.
And Jordan Durst starting to gain a little bit of confidence here on his feet, looking much better here in the second period.
Yeah.
Good shot there by Seth Drennan. He's got the leg elevated again. A little bit of over-exuberance there from Jordan Durst. Kind of lunged in and got himself in trouble. Seth Drennan level changed. Got good penetration. Now he's getting swipes. There's 3 swipes. There's 4 swipes. He's got 4 in the pocket. I'm sorry, 3. It looks like the ref's holding 3. He's got the Jones tilt. He's got the bulldog. He's got the right arm up the crotch. He's got the left arm in, wrist deep. Let that go. There's 3 near fall. That's going to make it 9-0. Seth Drennan starting to stretch this one out.
See that hand control? You can't do anything until you free your hands, especially off the bottom.
And you can see these big reds, they're absolutely relentless at controlling one arm or the other. And at times, both.
Both, yeah.
All right, 8.7 seconds left in the second period. See if Jordan Durst got any explosion off the bottom, and the answer to that is a very clear no. Now tilt, there's another swipe, no swipes there. 9-0 lead going to the third, red choice. Matt Littleton talking to his wrestler, says, what do you want to do? And Seth Drennan says, let's go neutral. I'm taking this guy down. I got a 9-0 lead. Some big pawls to the head. Couple good attacks and re-attacks there by both wrestlers. Both wrestlers still showing some good intensity and aggressiveness late in the match. Good gas tank on both sides.
Girth got his eye poked.
Yep. And now Seth Drennan's in on that single again. Boy, he's been in on the same single. This will be the 3rd time that he's scored with it, if he can score with it. He's got it up again. Tough position here. And there it is. That's 12-0 Seth Drennan. Got to be thinking now. Got to be thinking tech fall. He's had no luck. He's had no luck getting Jordan Durst into a pinning predicament. However,
the tilts are working.
He's had him tilted a few times, so let's see how long he stays here and tries to go for this tilt before he cuts him loose and tries to get another takedown. Durst's not got much defense from underneath there. There's the Jones tilt again. He's wrist deep there. He's got that elbow right in the spine. That is a painful move for those of you that do not wrestle. That is called a Jones tilt, and that is how it's done. Now he changes off to the arm bar. Boy, Seth Drennan is very active on top. I'm impressed with his how he chain wrestles. He just goes from one technique to the next.
Yeah, he's tough on top. He's got a quick shot too. He gets in fast on his feet, and then he gets that leg up.
Jordan Durst just doing, well, absolutely nothing. I was going to say everything he can to avoid the tech fall, but by everything I mean nothing. So the clock is just ticking away. There's going to be no stall points given up here now. Anyway, Seth Drennan still working hard for that tilt, but he is going to have to settle for the 12-0 victory, and that's going to be a major decision. Another 4 points. That'll be another 5 points, I apologize, for the Big Reds. And that stretches the team score out to 5, 4, and 6.
14. Oh. 15. Should be 15.
Should be 15.
They're showing 14.
All right, here we go. 126 pounds for PHS. Jackson Brown for Parkersburg South. Rylan Layton, 126 pounds. Parkersburg High School leads the duel. The scoreboard says 14-0. Big Reds, first period, 126 pounds. Jackson Brown for the Big Reds in on a single. Rylan Layton set to his butt. And
it's like a stalemate to me.
Pretty close to it, but they're going to let him scramble here a little bit. High hips are going to win in this situation. Again, Rylan Layton doing a good job using his length, Mike.
Yeah, and picking that ankle.
Yep, and now he's got himself in a position where he could score right here, Mike. If he plays this smart here on the boundary.
It's a stalemate.
And they're going to let him wrestle. Now they're going to blow him out of bounds. A lot of energy exerted right there early on. That was a tough. I would believe in this match right here, the first takedown is going to play a very important factor in who wins.
I would think so. It always does.
It always does, but more so in this match, Mike.
Yeah.
Jackson Brown there, Big Red working the underhook on the right-hand side. Now there's a break-in contact. Headgear came down over his eyes. Rylan Layton took advantage, got in on a double. The face mask is over. He's got the headgear. Big cross face, Macho's favorite move. There's a 3-point takedown by Rylan Layton. The headgear was down over the eyes of Jackson Brown, kind of causing him some vision problems, and Rylan Layton took advantage. And it is still an issue, and Rylan Layton is making sure that he is putting some physical discomfort on his opponent right now.
Yeah, the next break, Brown needs to tighten up his straps on his headgear.
Well, and he's still trying to play with it, but as long as he's broken down flat, I think these reps, now the end of the period, he'll get a chance to fix that. You see Coach Smith there, Sean Smith, telling his wrestler, "You're going to take the bottom position, and I expect you to fire out of there." 3-0 lead for Rylan Layton. This is a big match, Mike. This is one that Parkersburg South needs if they're going to stay in this thing. Jackson Brown went for the far side cradle there, slid off. 2-point reversal. Rylan Layton, 5-0 lead for the Parkersburg South Patriot.
2-on-1 ride.
And not looking good down there for Jackson Brown right now. Headgear is not fit properly. It's down over his eyes, head's on the mat, and you see the Parkersburg South wrestler now repaying the favor with the good inside wrist controls. He's controlling both arms. Very hot, heavy top pressure. And as long as there's one body part inside that cylinder, inside that line, that clock is going to run, and the referees are going to let him wrestle. About to go inside. 1 minute. Now they're going to be out of bounds with 1 minute, 2 seconds left in the second period. 5-0 lead, Rylan Layton, Parkersburg South. Jackson Brown bottom position. 1 minute, 2 seconds left. Let's see what he's got off the bottom here. Any back pressure or hand control. Comes straight up to his feet. He's got the hand control. You see the ref counting over here. There's a stall call on Rylan Layton. You have 5 seconds to bring your man back to the mat. That could prove costly here later in the match.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Again, the headgear is down over the eyes. That's something we're going to have to work on when we get back to the practice room, is to get that headgear fitted properly. And that way you're not worried.
Going back to that stalling call, I didn't see him stalling. Maybe there's some kind of technical.
Well, when they're on their feet, if the bottom wrestler's standing, you'll see the referee counting, and he's going to count to 5. If he counts to 5 and you've not returned him to the mat, that's an auto stall.
If he's got your hands, and if he's controlling your hands, you can't.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Let him go? If it's 5, you turn him loose?
You got to, or you get the stall call.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, but rules change all the time. They got football. Man, it's hard to watch anymore.
It is. Here we go, the arm lever. Rylan Layton's got the arm lever. He's trying to run. That was one of my favorite moves growing up right there. You put your forehead in that tricep, boy, that is not a comfortable place to be in, you know.
Stretch that arm out, turn that hand over, they're screwed.
Palm up and get that shoulder manipulated, you know.
That good tight waist.
All right, here we go. Rylan Layton's got a 5-0 lead going into the third. Jackson Brown's on the bottom. Rylan Layton's got that, he had that left arm isolated going for that arm lever again. And look, he's going right back to it. And Jackson Brown's really struggling to get anything going off the bottom here. Rylan Layton's got some good top pressure and some good 2-on-1 control, very reminiscent of the earlier Big Red wrestlers that we saw tonight.
Yeah, I one thing I haven't seen tonight people do, I used to love it, when I'd fish one wrist out and put it up over their back.
Turkey bar. We called that a turkey
bar. And then go around their head or far half.
Some people call it a hammer lock.
Yeah,
turkey bar.
That's what we called it, I believe, hammer lock. Boy, when you get that, and you got their weight down, they're screwed.
I'll tell you who's good at that one's Braxton Amos.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's a heavyweight thing. I mean,
hey, and let's talk.
Safe.
Since we're going to talk about great wrestlers from both of these schools, how about Nick Johnson from Parkersburg High School? United States Marine, goes back to Glenville State, finished his second All-American last year, and he's got a chance to win a D2 national title this year.
I've watched a few of his matches on his mom's Facebook. He is a monster.
I mean, if he just lifts some weights, Mike.
Yeah, right. I don't know if he is. I think he's just like that. He probably does.
I'm sure.
That guy's an animal.
He is absolutely jacked. What a specimen.
He used to train at the gym. I saw him mangle some people in the cage.
I wouldn't want to be across from him.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackson Brown's in on a single. He's got Rylan Layton set to his butt, but this was the predicament we had in the beginning of the first period, and Rylan Layton's using his length once again to make a very difficult situation for Jackson Brown. And Rylan Layton's doing all he can here. He's going to score his own 3 points. Here it comes. It's very close. If he can step over, lace the leg. No control yet. A takedown really doesn't change the outcome of the team score. It's going to be just a decision victory. But
could pop his head out, get to himself right here.
A well-deserved victory and a very important victory for Rylan Layton with Parkersburg South's first victory of the night. And boy, this Parkersburg High School student section is into the match. They're right next to us, Mike. They're vocal. They're keeping it pretty clean, though. They're doing a good job. They're keeping it pretty clean.
I haven't seen anything bad. They're just rowdy.
All right, here we go. This is going to be a good one right here. Another one of our CAS camera guys at 132 pounds for the Parkersburg Big Reds. CJ Caritas taking on Colton Hill from Parkersburg South.
Look how low these guys are.
132 pounders. They are stocky lads. This is a rematch from the past weekend. Colton Hill jumped out to a big lead, but CJ Caritas emerged victorious. So let's see how this one plays out. Colton Hill is usually a fast starter. And CJ Caritas is a fast starter and a fast finisher. So this should be a good match, Mike.
Yes. They look really strong and fit as well.
They are. We're starting to get into the weight classes where these guys got some muscles on them, and you know, these are college caliber wrestlers right here. So
need to rotate, you know, side to side.
yeah, they're locked into that
Set
ear
up
to
some
ear.
stuff.
There's a little bit of circling going on. They were locked into the ear to ear tie up there. Colton Hill put on some real weight since last year. He was a smallish wrestler last year, but boy, he has spent some time.
I don't think he's gained a lot of weight. I think he was 132, but he just put on some muscle and matured, I believe.
And Colton Hill has his three-point takedown, but then he gets reversed. So 3 points awarded for a Colton Hill takedown, a little slide by and a takedown, and then C.J. Caritas immediately reverses him, and now he's looking for a far side cradle. And see how he was going for that far side cradle, Mike, right there? I like in that situation, I would have blocked that foot with my knee. Would have stuck my knee in there to
so he can't straighten his leg out.
and an escape. Here we got a 4-2 lead now for Colton Hill. Again, this match started this past weekend with a Colton Hill 5-1, I believe, lead going into the second or third period, and C.J. Caritas came back for the victory. Okay, 4-2 lead. Back to the center. Restart. 9 seconds left, first period. That's how the first is going to end. It's going to be Big Red's choice. And they're going to go to the bottom position. C.J. Caritas down 2. Spiral ride from the top. Colton Hill got that left arm isolated and pulled from beneath the body. Nothing doing there. Good back pressure from Caritas. And he's out. There's the escape. 4-3. Colton Hill. Head-to-head tie-up.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice
High crotch
penetration.
High crotch dump attempt. Oh!
Caritas got the takedown on the.
No, did he wave it off?
No, I don't think.
Oh, he awarded the takedown. Colton Hill. I was blocked by the crowd over here. Colton Hill was in on a shot. C.J. Caritas reversed the situation, scored his own takedown, takes the 6-4 lead.
Before Hill secured the takedown, Caritas did like a re-switch on him.
Okay.
On the out-of-bounds line.
All right, and now Caritas, again, just like the rest of these Big Red wrestlers, proving to be very formidable on top. He's got the near leg laced. He's got the right leg of leg. All right, we're tied up, 5 apiece. We have got ourselves a barn burner at 132 pounds. Underhook Caritas on the left-hand side. They're on the boundary. This is where good pressure change and change of directions could create an opportunity for either wrestler. Who's going to take advantage of this situation?
I like that high crotch penetration Hill gets. He
does.
covers some ground with it.
He does.
Sets it up
And
nice.
he's setting it up. He's kind of pulling down on the opposite tricep and then sweeping around to the other side. This is a good match. Oh, with 6-5 lead for the Big Reds. I apologize. I thought we were tied.
Well, we were. Well, yeah, we were according to the scoreboard, but these fast-paced matches like this, I don't know how the scorekeepers can keep up.
I wouldn't want that.
I mean, goodness.
The pace has slowed here a little bit. And it seems like Colton Hill's putting himself in some pretty good situations. He's taken some chances, but
He just got to finish that high crotch.
He's cost himself a couple times. He's been in, he's had good penetration, and then Caritas scores. So, and right here's where it happened last time. Now there's Caritas with a shot, and Colton Hill tries to score. 12.7, wrestlers return to the center. Inside 10, second period.
Both wrestlers just preserve their energy for the last part of the second period.
Yep, and this is going to come down to the third period. It's going to be Parkersburg South choice. Sean Smith imploring his wrestler. He says, you're in the bottom position. You have got to fire off the bottom.
Hill down one. Coming to his feet.
Little Granby flip attempt. And he makes the space. He's to his feet. The 2-on-1. And he awards the escape. They are neutral. It's tied 6-6. Caritas in on the single on the boundary. Colton Hill with a whizzer, a very weak whizzer in with his right arm. It's not a strong whizzer, but it's in.
He's got his legs straightened out because it's trapped in.
A whizzer is a whizzer.
Okay.
And that whizzer prevented a score.
Yeah. He had his foot trapped in behind Caritas' knee, and it was straightened out. He was in a predicament there. If he didn't have that whizzer, he would have definitely.
All right, this is gut check time. Now, I don't know what the stop in the action here is for, but I don't know who this benefits here. Who's this benefit? Because both guys are getting their gas tank back.
I think it benefits both. It appears.
I'll tell you what, 1 minute 26 left, 6-6. This is one of those swing matches right here, man. This is a big one right here. Looks like we've got blood on C.J. Caritas over there, maybe out of the forehead or something. That's the second time we've had blood time. Tough sport, Mike.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're going to have it, especially at a PHS South match. I'm surprised some of those cross faces didn't draw any blood.
Man, especially from some of those female wrestlers. Boy,
yeah. And forearms to the back of the head.
That one girl was throwing them from the hip. All right, here we go. 1:26 left. We are neutral, tied 6-6. Colton Hill, Parkersburg South. C.J. Caritas, Parkersburg High School, 132 pounds. Locked up ear to ear.
Notice both guys are square with their feet. I never did like to do that myself. I always wanted to be staggered where I could penetrate.
Well, and that's kind of how Colton Hill wrestles. And the fact of the matter is they're very familiar with each other.
Yeah.
So they're very similarly built, similarly conditioned. Explosiveness and physicality about the same. C.J. Caritas in on a single, head inside single. A good sprawl by Colton Hill. Heavy top pressure.
45 seconds.
He's posting the head to the mat. Looking for the go behind. Caritas trying to drive in. He's elevating. He's got it elevated. 30 seconds left. Colton Hill's got the whizzer in. C.J. Caritas has the leg isolated. The whizzer is in. And he relinquishes the takedown. C.J. Caritas with a huge score to take the 9-6 lead inside 20 seconds. And it looks like the air has left the sails of Colton Hill. And it is going to take some kind of desperation miracle for Colton Hill to do something off the bottom here. 6 seconds left. I think C.J. Caritas would have to pass out to lose this match at this point. Wow, what a wrestling match right there. That's a big victory for C.J. Caritas.
And the Big Reds as a team. That's going to be hard to overcome that one for the Patriots.
That's a big win for C.J. Caritas right there. Taking on, and we're going to see that battle a couple more times this year. And they faced each other twice this year. And you know what they say, Mike? It's hard to beat a good wrestler 3 times.
Sure is.
All right, here he comes. Stephen Myers, who's not only one of the best in the state, he has All-American status. He placed 7th at the Ironman. He's an 11th grader. He's already signed with Tim Flynn and the West Virginia Mountaineers. This is 138 pounds. Stephen Myers, Parkersburg, taking on Aiden King from Parkersburg South. Aiden King, look, Jordan Burroughs blast double.
That was explosion.
That was, and then tosses him onto the hardwood. And he gets a little warning there for the extracurriculars over here on the side, and that was explosive. He hit the Jordan Burroughs blast double. He blew Aiden King all the way to the boundary, and then after the break in the action, he tossed him to the basketball court. Referee had a little word with him and said, let's try to keep it clean there, kid. The blast double was enough. And here he comes across the head with the crossface again. There's the turkey bar, there's the hammer lock we were talking about. He's got that arm isolated, and this is not a good spot to be in for Aiden King. And he's done the right thing there by basing up.
I love that move.
Yep, and look, he's putting all his effort into pulling that thing out.
He's got his elbow in the back of King's tricep with all his weight. Have you ever felt that?
I have.
Oh, my goodness.
No, you can't do it to me right now, Mike. No. Now he's got it over the back. And look, when he locks it over there, if he can get up under that, now, and he pulled it out of there.
King with an escape.
Yep, and
he didn't get an escape.
Now that was close.
I don't know. Maybe the rules changed.
You see, Mike, and I'll tell you, a lot of people don't like it, but when you see wrestling, really good wrestlers like Stephen Myers, Dom Way, Braden Roberts, Braxton Amos, Nick Johnson, all those guys have attitude when they're on the mat. You know, so the opposing fans, they're not going to like it. They're going to boo. They're going to do this and that. But at this level, you got to have some attitude about you. Still red control. Now there's going to be one escape. 3-1, Stephen Myers over Aiden King. He's got Aiden King on the run. There's another three-point takedown on the boundary. That's going to make it 6-1.
This guy has some real talent.
He does. Stephen Myers is he's the real deal. West Virginia really did it really big that they got him signed this early, because come next year there's going to be a lot of schools hot on his tail and in his inbox. There he goes, trying to isolate that left arm again. Now he's coming back across for the half. And you see how active they are. If you defend one way, he's going to come back to the other side with something else. He's looking for the coach for a little guidance, looks for the referee, short time. We're going to take a 6-1 lead. Stephen Myers takes a 6-1 lead into the second, and he chooses neutral. And now a little, some pulls. There's the Parkersburg South student section up there. Not quite as rowdy and boisterous as the Big Reds over here, but there's another glass double takedown by Stephen Myers, and he's starting to apply some pressure here on young Mr. Aiden King, who is he's in a very unenvious position out there, taking on one of the best in the state in Stephen Myers, who's going to go optional start here. He's going to cut him loose, give him his escape, got him on the run. And you see Aiden King doing everything he can to just lower his center of gravity and prevent that hard blast double penetration.
He needs to get a little lower, like his shoulders are a little bit high. King, I'm talking.
Yeah. Quite a tall lad. Yeah. And a good wrestler in his own right. Boy, he's taking on an absolute machine out there tonight. Stephen Myers is the real deal. There's a good penetration shot.
That's incredible how he covers that ground, and it's so explosive.
Yep, and it's almost at will, and that one was with some authority. He took him to the boundary and put him down with some emphasis. And it's pretty clear here who's in charge of this match right now. 12-3, Stephen Myers. Looks like he's going to go optional start again. Cut him loose and look for the he's going to look for a technical fall or try to get Mr. King to his back for a pinfall. And again, they're almost kind of a little bit of misdirection one way, a misdirection to the left and back to the right for an ankle pick. Hey, now we're not freestyling it. You don't get no points for that, Stephen Myers. That was an excellent ankle lace. It is folk style.
He must have forgot.
Yeah, he forgot where he was at. That would have finished the match if it was freestyle. So 36 seconds left, second period. And Aiden King just doing anything he can to stop the onslaught. Really not much you can do against a competitor like Stephen Myers, whose attack is just, not only is he relentless, but he's so skilled and talented, you just don't know what direction he's coming from. He's ambidextrous. He works to the left, he works to the right, and that's what it takes to be a great college wrestler. 15-5, 10-point lead. Now it's going to make it. That's going to make it 18. 18-5, 13-point lead. Headed into third period. It's looking like a bonus point victory for the Big Red Star.
What's a technical foul? 5.5 points?
5 points.
Just 5?
5 points.
What's a majority decision? 4?
Major decision is 4.
Yeah. Okay.
£138 Stephen Myers fires out from under Aiden King to stretch the lead out 19-5.
A takedown and it's over.
One more takedown does it for Stephen Myers for the technical fall and the bonus point victory. Aiden King with a good snap down. Still in there battling, trying to do everything he can, boy. I'll tell you about the only thing you can do to keep Stephen.
That's it.
The only thing you can do to keep Stephen Myers from scoring is just to go home, go get in the car and head to the house.
Yeah. I'm impressed.
Hey, he's a great wrestler, Mike. He's one to keep an eye on. Like I said, Tim Flynn in West Virginia signed him early, got him as a junior. They're going to be hard-pressed to keep him because there's going to be a lot of colleges looking at that young man. Here we go, 144 pounds for Parkersburg High School. Colston Skeen taking on Jansen Dirth from South. Colston Skeen, another one of those returning Parkersburg state champions. Looked for a near side cradle there and scores a 3-point takedown on Jansen Dirth. 3-0, Colston Skeen. Got the near leg laced. Head in the armpit there, looking for that arm lever. Isolating that left arm. Post out of bounds, a little bit of physicality and attitude. And back to the center we go.
They go have it.
And I hate to take anything away from the wrestling match, but we are about to have fisticuffs right here on the floor. And into the fray comes Chris Way. Sorry about that to take the attention away from the match. Colston Skeen still up 3-0 on the front headlock position. And it's going to be, there's an escape point for Jansen Dirth, 3-1. 3-1 Colston Skeen. There were no points scored over here in the crowd. There were no blows thrown. Chris Way and Jennifer Knoll did a good job clearing it out. Sent the South fans back to their side. Big Red fans back to their side. No harm, no foul. They just wanted to talk, didn't they, Mike?
Yeah, I think so.
Colston Skeen in on a single again. Jansen Durf set back to his butt in a bad situation here on the boundary. Oh, and we're going to go to the second period. 3-1. Good job to avoid giving up the takedown there by Jansen Durf. This is another youngster here for South. Jansen Durf, I think he might be a 10th grader, 9th or 10th grader. He's a young cat.
Yeah, the coaches talk good about him. When we were in there for practice.
Yeah, his dad was a good, tough wrestler at Parkersburg South, a little bit younger than me. All right, Colston Skeen to his feet, and there's the escape, and that's going to be a 4-1 lead. But again, 3-point takedown for Jansen Durf, and we could be knotted up. However, taking down the state champion Colston Skeen, not an easy task. And again, he's in on a single. Jansen Durf, long. He's got the hips down. He's got the good sprawl. Head sucker drag city. You can't hang on that front headlock, Mike. If you sit on the front headlock and you don't move your feet, guess where you're going? Sucker drag city, baby.
Yeah, that was slick.
Yep, that was pretty. Colston Skeen with another 3-pointer for the 7-1 lead. Got that left leg of Jansen Durf tied up, looking over there, trying to isolate one of those arms. He's got the table leg out on the left-hand side. Got the 2-on-1. Up to his feet comes Durf. Hand position, hips down, lift. No return. The ref's got the count on. Out of bounds. All right, Mike, see, so he only got about a 4 swipe right there, so he didn't get the stall call. But the next time you push the man out of bounds, stall call.
Okay.
And not much action, not much explosion off the bottom from Jansen Durf. And boy, look, he got the neck grabbing the headgear, pulling the head sideways for Colston Skeen. Not a comfortable position under there for Jansen Durf. And at this point, I feel like under there, he's just in survival mode right now. Trying not to give up any more points.
He needs to get his hands inside, elbows in, hands in, get some hand control, and build his hips up.
Yeah, and let us not forget, again, Mike, this Parkersburg South team is very young. They are very underclassmen heavy. Well, as is PHS, so it's going to be an interesting next couple of years. Parkersburg South was not supposed to be close this year, and I think they're a little bit closer than some people anticipated, including myself.
Well, apparently they're a pretty good tournament team. You know.
Yeah. Well, but the MSAC, a smaller term, and here's Colston Skeen to his back. Jansen Durf. Well, he's back to his belly. He's back to his belly. And that's going to be a reversal. Jansen Durf, and then potentially Dangerous had the arm tied up.
We're at 7-5.
7-5, Colston Skeen. Caution red. Here we go. 1 minute 30 left. Third period. Jansen Durf, Colston Skeen, 144 pounds. Colston Skeen, defending state champion from Parkersburg, takes the 8-5 lead with the escape. Again, the 3-point takedown comes into play here. A 3-point takedown for the South grappler would tie the bout. We are about to go inside 1 minute. Underhook on the left-hand side. Good battle for position, for hand inside head position. Who's going to take the first leg attack here? Jansen Durf needs to get on the offense, and he does not. Colston Skeen's in on a leg. He's got Durf set to his butt, who goes to the body wrap. He reaches over. He's got the ankle, but he's not in a good position. Can he use his length to do something here? Maybe lock up for a stalemate. We need a stalemate right here, and there it is. Good job by Jansen Durf to force the stalemate right there, Mike.
He's fighting. He's battling.
He is, and I feel like the gas tank might be in his favor.
It might be. Looks like the momentum shifted a little bit.
Okay, 20 seconds left. Ear-to-ear tie-up right here. 2-on-1 rushing for the Big Red Wrestler. A drop under shot by Durf. Not much action from the Red Wrestler. He's just going to ride it out. Head and arm throw, and just a slip move, 3-point takedown, Big Reds. 11-5 victory. Colston Skeen. Well-fought match by Jansen Durf.
We had to try something.
He had to try something. I just feel like some leg attacks earlier in the period.
At 7-5, fighting the returning or wrestling the returning state champion, your underclassman. That says something.
Well, and it's got to bolster his confidence a little bit to know that you can go out there and hang with a state champion.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, here we go. 150 pounds for Parkersburg. Caden McDonald for Parkersburg South. 10th grader Asa Yost. Asa Yost defeated Caden McDonald, the defending state champion. Caden McDonald is not a returning state champion. I thought he was. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just excited. This was a heck of a matchup Saturday, and it's going to be another good one. Asa Yost, a very good football player for Parkersburg South as well, and you can see the aggressive nature of his game. 150 pounds, Caden McDonald, Parkersburg. Asa Yost, Parkersburg South. There's Asa Yost in on the single, got it elevated. McDonald trying to keep that leg in the center. I like to clamp down on that foot with my knees if I'm the offensive wrestler for South. And he's going to look to run the pipe and sit him back to his butt. You can do that a little bit better if you clamp that foot between your knees. Battle for something, getting that leg elevated. There's the takedown. Good job. Good patience by Asa Yost.
Yeah, that takes some energy out of you, getting that leg up, keeping it up.
Not a good decision there to go for the Caden McDonald hit a little sit out, and Asa Yost tried to pull him back into the crowd doesn't like that call, but you got to protect the wrestlers. You got to protect the wrestlers' joints and limbs, and unlike jiu-jitsu and wrestling, joint manipulation is illegal.
Yes, yeah.
You can do it. You just don't get caught.
To some degree. Just don't get caught.
All right, 3-1 lead. Asa Yost, Caden McDonald back to his feet. 20 seconds left first period. Head-to-head tie-up again. Is anyone going to take a chance here with short time in the first period? Big Red Wrestler with his back to the boundary. Here's where that change of direction or pressure change. All right, 6.5 seconds left. First period, 3-1 lead, Asa Yost. And they are going to be content to go to the second period. It's going to be Parkersburg South choice. Parkersburg South wrestler Asa Yost is going to choose to start in the bottom position. With a 3-1 lead. A little bit of back pressure there off the bottom, but straight in with an arm bar. And here's the tilt from Caden McDonald. And I hear the swipes. I hear the drum thumping. There's the swipes. Man, and that is not a good spot to be in. The crossface comes across. He had the arm bar in. The crossface came across. Now you've got a 4-3 lead for the Big Red Wrestler. Very, very nice tilt right there for Caden McDonald, and not something that Asa Yost should be getting caught in at this juncture in his career.
That was a nice technique.
It was very nice, and he's going right back to it.
You got to free your wrist.
He's got him in it again. And he's just making it look easy, and there's the reversal from Asa Yost. And that is going to make the score 8-5. And we've got ourselves a wrestling match, Mike Shepard.
This is going to be a good one. It's going to come down to gas tanks again.
Yeah, and you can see there the top gun. There they go out of bounds. Boy, Caden McDonald with that tilt.
That's tough.
That arm bar.
It's tough.
He's got the wrist underneath and then the arm bar on one side and tilts him to the other side. And boy, he locks it up tight and you can't get out of it.
The key is keep your hands free.
There you go.
I mean, don't get in it.
All right, 9-5. Parkersburg's Caden McDonald with the lead. 45 seconds left, second period. Again, action on the edge of the mat. And the student section here just giving it to him. They're calling Asa Yost soft. I don't think they know that kid. He's anything but soft. But Caden McDonald's got the 9-5 lead, so uphill climb here for young Mr. Yost. Caden McDonald in on a good single, head inside single on the boundary. He's got it shelved. Knee to the floor, no score.
He's hurt. That hurt. I felt that.
I felt that. That
knee
knee hit the floor pretty good, but he's not going to take injury time. He's a tough kid. We're going to go to the third period. 9-5, Caden McDonald. Boy, this place is packed, Mike.
As good as he operated that tilt, I might take top.
I know it.
I mean, that was slick.
Yep, and Asa there, you can't chase on your knees, young man. Good mat return there, but Caden McDonald's relentless back to his feet. Another lift, back to the mat, but now Caden McDonald's in on that single again. And got him elevated in somewhat of a scramble position here. Asa Yost with the split. He's got the body lock. There's the body lock for McDonald, and that's going to be 2-point reversal. 12-5 Caden McDonald, and Asa Yost is in trouble. I hear that drum thumping. Caden McDonald's got Asa Yost in near fall crash. That half is in tight, and that is the end of Asa Yost's night. Caden McDonald with the pin. That's got to feel good after taking the L Saturday. This place is bonkers right now.
Wow, what a match.
That was a big-time win for Caden McDonald. Asa Yost started hot, took the early lead. Caden McDonald finishes strong. You heard the thumping drum, and he gets the pinfall. Big-time win for Caden McDonald. All right, here we go. You can tell he is the in-house favorite. Parkersburg High School's Dominic Way, 157 pounds, taking on Brady Hoffman from Parkersburg South. And Dominic Way, relentless on offense. Underhooks, slide bys. He's going to wave him out of bounds.
He got to take.
Oh, he gave him 3-point takedown. Brady Hoffman, bottom position, 3-0 lead. Dominic Way. And Dominic spends a lot of time wrestling the freestyle circuit, so he's very polished with the upper body wrestling, the underhooks, leg attacks. He's got it all. He's got the throws. There he is with the 2-on-1, the Russian. And a little foot sweep. Brady Hoffman went for the foot sweep and got his own foot swept.
Yeah, that was tricked.
That was a pretty trick move there by Dominic Way. There he's got a boot in on the right-hand side. Putting a little bit of legal discomfort on the back of the neck of Mr. Hoffman. There he's going to turn him loose. And it's going to be 6-1 lead. Went for the little super duck, nothing doing. And you see the constant head and hand pressure from Dom Way. A little weak shin whizzer in there by Hoffman. Limp arm out. And Dom Way just didn't even take the takedown. Now he's going to score his 3 points.
I think he got 3 twice. I think so.
There's 9-3. 12-3. Okay, they did give him the takedown, and then he just cut him loose real quick. There he went for the foot sweep again. Now he's going to start showboating, and this is the Dom way. This is the way he does it. He's going to get a lead. He's going to get this crowd wound up here in just a minute. If this lead gets any bigger, you're going to see something crazy. He'll go for some kind of wild throw or he's going to say, let's go neutral. It's going to be 12-5.
He's having fun.
He is having fun. Boy, I'd love to be out there too, wouldn't you, Mike?
Yeah. But all the work preparing.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. These guys go through.
Yeah. And you see Dom, you see him in there working that underhook. He's looking for a throw. That's a good snap down. He's going to hit that snap down a few times. He's looking for an underhook, a double over throw. I seen him trying to work his lock in there a second ago. There's a blast double. Not quite as good as Stephen Myers, but he's going to drag him back on the mat. All right. Still 12-5, 1:17 left second period. The onslaught has slowed a little.
I don't think Way cares if he scores or not. I think he's just having fun.
Yeah, he's just out there wrestling, man. He's just out there wrestling. I don't feel like he doesn't feel like he's in any danger. You know, he doesn't feel like he's realistically, it's not a competitive match for him, and now Brady Hoffman is in trouble.
One more point will do it.
Well, and you see where the hype train comes from. Dom Way is most certainly a very capable wrestler and very deserving of signing with the Division I wrestling team. And you see the big mat return. There's the tilt, and that's going to do it, isn't it, Mike?
Yes.
That'll finish it with the technical fall for Dom Way. Now here's where it starts getting better for Parkersburg South. Big win there for the homestanding Parkersburg High School Big Reds. He's their favorite. He's the coach's son, the athletic director's son, Dominic Way. Hey, this is going to be a dogfight right here, Mike. £165 for Parkersburg High School. Parker Woods. For Parkersburg South, Nathan Murphy.
How did this go Saturday? Let's see. I had the results
right here. Right here's the results, Mike. There is some heavy hand fighting, underhook inside control action going on here. Left hand underhook by Nathan Murphy. Ear-to-ear tie-up. Good elbow control from Parker Woods.
Woods got third place and Murphy won the tournament.
Okay.
I don't know if they met in the semis or.
Yeah, I'm not sure of that one either. But boy, they're head-to-head right now, Mike.
Yes, they are.
They're going to go out of bounds there. 1:14 left first period. Nothing more than some hand fighting and some inside control battles here so far. No leg attacks. Little paw to the face there from Parker Woods. There's some heavy hands to the back of the neck. Starting to get a little bit physical out there in the middle of the mat now. Look for a throw by here on the left-hand side. It looks like Murphy's trying to set up some type of throw by with the left side underhook. Pull down on that left tricep of Parker Woods. Now Parker Woods back to the inside tie.
High crotch attempt by Murphy.
Yep, this is the evenly matched bout right here, Mike.
Looks like it.
Referee having a word with him. Must have been a little bit of extracurriculars going on in there. Nathan Murphy with a super duck, underhook to one side, super duck to the other, nothing going. Well defended by Parker Woods.
Woods is doing a good job blocking off those attacks.
Well, and he's doing a good job because Nathan Murphy wants to be in there working those underhooks and that Russian
He's
two-on-one.
not letting him.
No, and Parker Woods is doing a good job breaking contact at just the right time.
Yeah, like right there, he acted like he knew that was coming, that high crotch attempt.
He did. And now if you're Nathan Murphy, you got to set him up and you got to fake that high crotch and you got to come back to the ankle pick on the near side like I believe it was Stephen Myers did it earlier. Big opportunity here for Nathan Murphy. Needs to get some points right here, come off the bottom and get a lead in this match. He's to his feet, and there's the 1-0 lead. There's the slide by. Can he score? He cannot score. Good work there by Parker Woods.
Yeah.
Because he was very close to being taken down.
That was very good situational awareness.
Knowing where you're at on the mat. Yeah, good job of that. And again, Murphy's controlling the inside ties with the underhooks and the good head position. Well, now it's Parker Woods with the head position in the side of the ear hole there in Nathan Murphy. Locked up here. 1 minute left set. Parker Woods in on a single. Body lock by Nathan Murphy. Stops the shot. Good sprawl. Heavy hips.
That was a nice high crotch. Murphy just did a heck of a job defending it.
Yep. And Murphy doing everything he can to get around there and secure the takedown. He's close. If he can clear the ankle from the head. And they're going to call the stalemate right there.
Wow, that was some good wrestling right there.
And that's the new type of scramble wrestling right there. If I was Murphy, I almost would have just dove and done a front roll clear over the back.
That was a nice high crotch. I don't remember seeing him making a shot.
All right, here we go. 20 seconds left, second period. Who's going to take an offensive opportunity here? Because you know Woods is going to take bottom position in the third period, I would imagine, to try to tie the match at 1 if we go there 1-1. Somebody needs to make an attempt here late in the second. And it's going to be out of bounds neutral with 5.5 seconds left. And looks like they're going to be content to head to the third. It's going to be Big Red's choice. I think we know what's going to go on here. Oh, he's going neutral. Parker Woods going neutral. Has yet to score a takedown in the match.
Maybe he don't want underneath Murphy.
That's maybe not a good place to be.
But he looks really comfortable on his feet.
But zero offense. I mean, he looks comfortable, but no.
He's
really
been close a few times.
Both guys have taken 1 or 2 high crotch attempts. It's a highly contested match. These guys are just in a hand fight and a battle in there for that inside position. Nathan Murphy's owned the underhooks, but Parker Woods is doing a good job controlling that elbow. And look at the wrist control there with the left hand. Two strong young lads right there. However, the offense needs to be ratcheted up here shortly because we are closing in on 1 minute in the third period. 1-0 lead Nathan Murphy. There's a slide by attempt by Parker Woods. Forehead to forehead in the middle of the mat.
Do you happen to know what grade Woods is in?
I do not, and I apologize. They don't give us much information on these guys. They keep this stuff top secret.
Another nice high crotch attempt.
But Murphy's going to step across. And that's 3-point takedown Murphy, and he's got the armbar locked up right there. He can almost, but he is putting himself in a crazy position here. Don't get too wild here, kid, and give up a dominant position. He's got the leg laced, so he's safe on that side. He can almost sit here and kill some more time and wait for the stalemate because neither guy, there's the stalemate. 4-0 lead for Nathan Murphy. Good position here for Nathan Murphy. Parker Woods needs a quick escape. Nathan Murphy can just clamp down and hold on. He's not been called for stalling yet. Parker Woods needs a quick escape and something wild. There's the escape. They're on their feet. 4-1. Front headlock, Parker Woods. 14 seconds left. Nathan Murphy trying to block off. He goes behind. He gets it. No, it's a scramble. No takedown, no control. There's the takedown.
3 back. 2 back.
2 takedown, 2 back. Big victory for Nathan Murphy. What a battle from Parker Woods, though.
That was a great match.
I'd watch that one every day, Mike.
Parker Woods has got some talent.
Yep. And he's a good-looking athlete too. He's put together. I bet he looks good in some football pads.
Does he play football? He looks like one.
Maybe I think he's the one they said he's a really good, like a D1 baseball player.
Oh.
I believe that's Parker Woods. I could be wrong.
He spent some time in the weight room.
Hey, the Work County Connection's coming through with me. All the stuff I don't know, Neil Lynch is answering every one of my questions. I'm just not looking at my phone. Parker Woods is a sophomore, he said. All right, here we go, 175 pounds. This is going to be Jesse Adams from Parkersburg South, and that looks like...
It says Tyreek Glover.
That's not Tyreek Glover. That's Ethan Jones.
Okay.
That's Ethan Jones against Jesse Adams, and that's not anybody you want to be in there in a wrestling match against. He's the younger brother of West Virginia All-American Noah Adams. And there's his 3-point takedown, and he is heavy on top, and he's a brute. Here he comes running that arm bar, and to the back he goes, and usually once he gets you there, whoa, and a good escape by
Ethan Jones.
Ethan Jones, who's a fine running back in his own right for the Parkersburg Big Reds. He's a senior, but Jesse Adams has got him in big-time trouble. I don't hear the drum, but I am going to hear a mat slap here momentarily because Ethan Jones is in bad shape. Jesse Adams steps over. There's the pin. And that is going to add some points to the Parkersburg South team tally. However, Parkersburg has stretched it out to a big lead. If the scoreboard's correct over here, it looks like it says 36-7. And yes, the 36-13 Parkersburg High School. And now we have Tyreek Glover and Zane Reeder. Tyreek Glover with the big lift. and the takedown. 3 points. Tyreek Glover, 3-0 lead. 190 pounds. Tyreek Glover, his younger brother Zeke, is not quite 190 pounds, closer to 90.
I know him.
But taking on Zane Reeder here, who we saw earlier in a JV match, so he's pulling double duty. And Tyreek Glover here, who weighed in he could have wrestled 175 or 190. He weighed in at, let's see what he weighed in. Tyreek Glover weighed in over 175, which makes him eligible to go up and wrestle 190, which he's doing now. Big body lock, they're going to the floor, and they keep it clean. 3-0 lead for the 9th grader, Tyreek Glover.
They didn't give him this. They did not give him an escape. I thought he broke away.
And
there.
I think this is a match here where they put Zane Reeder, the senior, in against the freshman to see if we could get an experience-based victory here. And young Tyreek Glover showing some youthful exuberance and has jumped out to the early lead.
He's physical.
And he's a good football player, real good football player. And he's going to be an asset to the Big Reds going forward because they need to develop some upper weights for the next couple years. And this is a good athlete to work with. Not much going on here right now. He's got the 2-on-1 underneath. Bottom man is broken down flat. Some good top pressure.
30 seconds.
Still working underneath, still working hard for those 2-on-1s. Inside thigh pry. Inside 20 seconds would be a huge escape for the South wrestler right here. And he's got the hand control, and there it is. Inside 10. Not the time to make a big mistake or give up points right here, and they're on the boundary. That's an important point for Zane Reeder, the Parkersburg South wrestler.
Yeah, and I think Glover come out strong. And we'll see how his gas tank holds.
Well, and you got to think, being a 9th grader in this atmosphere, there had to be somewhat of an adrenaline dump. He was pretty excited.
Yeah.
He used that energy to get the early lead. Now let's see if he can keep that gas tank under control and maintain a strong top pressure here in the second period.
See the hand control? That's what they're fighting for.
Now he's got the far side cradle locked up. He's hip to hip. Straight to the back. I hear the drum. He did get a couple swipes there. Looks like 3 near fall. Tyreek Glover. Dangerous move to throw a cradle from the feet. Lots of momentum there, but now he's got the near side cradle locked up. Another 2 near fall for Tyreek Glover. Now they're neutral. 8-2, Tyreek Glover. The 9th grader really performing well here for the Big Reds. Looking for the far side knee pick, not there. Change off to the double, not there. Looking for the neck crank for Reeder, not there. 3-point takedown, Tyreek Glover.
11-2.
Got to be happy as head coach Matt Littleton over there. You got to be happy anytime you've got a 9th grader beating up a senior.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good problems to have. You see him there getting physical with the forearm across the neck, trying to work that half Nelson. 28 seconds left here. It'd be a big time score here for the Parkersburg South Patriots if he could get a point here. He's on to the double, trying to cut the corner. He's so close to his reversal. There's the reversal. Very close to near fall. There's the swipes. And he's got 3, he's holding 3 near fall out there.
This third period's going to get interesting.
I believe 11-8 Glover, the 9th grader, the freshman. The gas tank is dwindling. The senior, Zane Reeder, cuts into the lead. We're neutral. 3-point differential. Tyreek Glover, 11. Zane Reeder, 8. 2 minutes.
A takedown ties it up for South.
And Zane Reeder pushes Tyreek Glover straight backwards out of bounds. That's another stall call on the red wrestler. That's 1 point South.
Now a takedown for South.
He did award 1 point.
Yes, it's 11-8, 11-9.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't mark it.
They had it 11-7, then they made it 11-8.
Oh,
So we do need a takedown here. The push out was very essential right there. I'd like to see a snap down or a leg attack from Zane Reeder because Tyreek Glover is leaning very heavy. But now he's got the good inside leverage position, and there's the throw. Tyreek Glover is running low on gas, and Zane Reeder should be looking for a snap down right here. A snap down and a reshot. Or push out of bounds for a stall. Or a throw by. And he's trying to muscle him. He's just trying to muscle him. He just doesn't need to muscle him. Instead of trying to muscle the young man, he needs to use his momentum. Tyreek Glover's leaning. He's leaning very heavy. Pressure, feel the pressure change, and then use that for penetration.
I think Glover's getting some wind back.
He's just blocking off and just not doing much. We're inside a minute, and Zane Reeder needs to, there's the shot attempt, and nothing there. And he's going to finish the takedown. Glover goes to, no, he's not. Glover recovers. The crowd's behind him. It's a battle for position here. 30 seconds left. 3-point lead for the Big Red Wrestler. They're back to center inside 30 seconds. Zane Reeder was so close to scoring. Tyreek Glover was so close to scoring. Inside 20 seconds. The home crowd is behind Glover. The visiting crowd is behind Reeder. They're on the boundary. Inside 10 seconds. There's the shot. Stalling red. 1 point green. That's going to make it 11-9. 5.3 seconds left. Does Zane Reeder have it in him? No! No! Tyreek Glover, the freshman, the 9th grader, the football player,
that was an exciting match,
and takes out the senior Zane Reeder.
Exciting match.
That was a great match, and that was one that I think South expected to win. Wow! All right, here's another one we're looking forward to. This is Adam Elder versus Justice Drain. Justice Drain just beat Adam Elder this Saturday. This is a rematch, and we've been looking forward to this one for a few days now. And here we go. And Justice Drain is one thing. He's a ball of energy, and he's ready to explode at all times. This is 215 pounds, as you can see by the size of the legs on Adam Elder as they go to the floor and they're jawing. This one is going to get physical. And you see Justice Drain just straightforward. Elder already knows that. He's going to have to use this boundary and that forward pressure to create some pressure changes and get some penetration. Because look, Justice Drain, he don't know nothing but straightforward. Looks like Kyle Eckert in an MMA fight. Straightforward.
Yeah.
All right, 0-0 still inside the first minute. Big boys here looking for some upper body position. Getting a little physical out there. Chippy now. Ear-to-ear tie-up. Justice Drain wasn't having any of it, shucked it off. Look at the big old legs on Adam Elder. That kid is built from the waist down right.
His upper body's pretty solid too.
Yeah, he's a big lad. Good football player too. He's just battled injuries his entire career. Ever since he was a kid, he's had knee problems. I coached him at football since he was about knee high.
Yeah, he used to come to the doghouse gym.
And there's how you use that. See how he used the momentum. He used Justice Drain's momentum and aggressiveness to create that penetration. And he says, bam, straight back to the feet. Let's do it again. And we are coming. Ooh, I thought we were coming to the floor. Big guy. It's like a size differential here, doesn't it?
Looks like it. Height differential anyway.
I think Justice Drain's got a little bit more musculature upper body, whereas Adam Elder got those big quads.
Drain has some quads too. He's just a little shorter.
All right, 3-1 Big Reds, 3-1 Elder. Second period, Justice Drain starting from the bottom. Half Nelson, he's going to run it hard. Got him crunched in half. Other side, jumps to the other side.
Needs to tie up that far wrist.
Justice Drain to his feet, runs him out of bounds. There's the stall warning on the red wrestler.
The red wrestler is south, right?
I'm sorry, I was saying red as in Big Reds.
Oh, okay.
No, they do wear red. So they're scoring them as red.
So it was stalling on Big Reds.
Yes.
Okay. 3-2. Adam Elder up 1 point on Justice Drain.
Big boys, 215 pounds. Forehead to forehead. Little hand fighting there. Good wrist control by Justice Drain. Little reach for the knee pick, nothing there. Adam Elder's got to be careful here. He's been called for stalling once. He can't be going out of bounds backwards. When the back gets to the boundary, you got to circle, young man. And his first move has been backwards almost every time off the whistle. Got to be careful with those backward steps off the whistle, especially after being warned for stalling. And you can see him leaning heavy. Justice Drain, Elder's leaning heavy, set up for a snap down. And there's the stall on Adam Elder.
Tied up.
Do we have a gas tank issue here, Mike? Hands on the hips, walking back slowly to the middle. Justice Drain ties it up on a stall point. Again, forehead to forehead, fighting for that hand position. Underhook Justice Drain. Underhook and look for inside trip by Adam Elder. Out of bounds they go, saved by the student section. This, if Justice Drain can keep this close going to the third, I feel like he's got a great chance to win this match. And again, when that back gets to the boundary right there, you cannot, there he goes, circle back in. That prevented a stall call. If you get pushed out, you're getting hit again. Circle back to the middle, young man. He let that one slide. Lucky he let that one slide. The ref let him go, but he was moving laterally. Now we've got blood time, and this benefits Adam Elder.
Oh, no doubt. He's having gas tank issues.
Hey, and let's not forget rivalry week. We've got girls basketball Friday night, and we've got boys basketball Saturday night. Parkersburg South versus the Big Reds. Girls basketball Friday, and boys basketball Saturday. The girls' game Friday night will be at South, and Saturday's basketball game, the boys' game, will be right here in the Memorial Fieldhouse. And here we go. That's going to end round number 2, and we're tied 3-3 going to the third. And we've got another gas tank match, Mike.
Yep. Going neutral.
Gonna go neutral, and this is exactly what we expected, 3-3. Adam Elder has given up 1 or 2 stall points, goes for a little inside trip, like a slide by there. He's got the back to the boundary. He cannot go out of bounds backwards again. And he is running on fumes, Mr. Elder is. 1 minute 39. Which one of these guys wants it, Mike? It's gut check time.
I don't know.
I don't know either. And they're Adam Elder.
They're nose to nose, straight in, straight back.
Yep.
Not really circling.
Not much. No angles being set up.
No leg attack.
Now we've got more blood time, which again I think that benefits Adam Elder.
I've not seen one shot. I've seen a couple inside trip attempts with the leg.
I think if Justice Drain can fake a shot and get a sprawl, get a reaction out of Adam Elder, I think he can get him to the mat, and that's where he can score a go behind. I don't think you want to shoot underneath Elder. I think you want to deke, you want to fake and make him think you're going to shoot, get a sprawl, and then a snap down to the go behind.
What does Adam Elder need to do?
Get his cardio right because he's out of shape.
That inside trip attempt, he made 2 of them. He was close, but he just took a little bit high.
I think he's been battling injuries coming off of football season. I don't think he's been in the room full time. The gas tank just doesn't look fully charged.
Yeah.
And there Justin Drain went with he tried the snap down. And Adam Elder went with the throw by, almost scored on his own. 1 minute, 8 seconds left. Barn burner here, Mike.
Yeah.
And again, absolutely straightforward pressure from Justice Drain. There's the throw by.
Right there.
Little level change and a
right
throw
there,
by.
inside
and he's
trip.
going to muscle him. He tried to muscle him. He tried to muscle him in the sweat. He slipped off. If he would hit the same move with technique instead of muscle. There's the takedown for Justice Drain. Adam Elder is on his belly, down 3, broken down flat. Justice Drain's got the right arm isolated.
20 seconds.
This one is almost over. That's going to do it. Big victory for Justice Drain. Big victory for Justice Drain.
Good match.
A big time heart from Adam Elder. Let the young man stay in the wrestling room, get the cardio right, and that's a different match come the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, work on that endurance.
Yep, and that's the only thing missing from his game. He's just a little bit out of shape.
The big guys.
All right, here we go. Here's the heavyweights, 285 pounds. Zachary Medina for Parkersburg High School, and big Charles Williams from Parkersburg South. When I wrestled at South in 95, Charles Williams' father was our heavyweight. Team score, 39-16, Parkersburg High School. This is the final bout of the evening. This is the heavyweight matchup, 285-pound weight limit. Zachary Medina, his sister, was on the girls wrestling team last year and pulled double duty as a basketball player, and I believe she's a college basketball player now.
Wow.
And she was a good wrestler.
That is impressive.
So,
Play
all right.
basketball and wrestle.
Look at these guys. Look at these guys just pacing back and forth, Mike, just staring at each other, ready to get it. I'd say these two met on the gridiron a few times down in the trenches.
I would say our last match, that's what I was thinking too about Adam and Justice. I'm sure they cracked heads a few times.
Referee here taking his time, getting the mat shined up for the big boys. The Battle of the Titans. Here they come. There's the handshake. Zach Medina, Parkersburg. Charles Williams, Parkersburg South. Looks like an Oklahoma drill out there. This is going to be that looked like a fist fight coming out of there. It's physical. We got the student section on the mat. This one's going to be a good one. The two big boys got everybody on their feet, Mike.
Exactly. Wow. Impressive. The intensity.
Boy, I tell you, and look at the size of that Charles Williams.
Yeah. He's got to be cutting to make 285.
He's got to be. That's a 300-pound man.
He's definitely got the size advantage.
And again, look at them, Mike. They're just pushing straight into each other. If one man would take one step to the side and hit a throw by.
Right there.
And boy, if you go to your back under one of these boys, you ain't getting back up.
The team score, the team match is decided, but it's really cool that people still care.
Oh, they still care.
They want to win this match, both sides.
But there might be some matches up here in the stands here afterwards or out in the parking lot. I don't know. You're going to walk me to my car, ain't you, Mike?
Sure.
All right, back to the battle on the mat. Two big Titans on the boundary there. And here's where that pressure change could come into play. Charles Williams got the double overs. Charles Williams got the size advantage, the height and the overall size, but Zach Medina's got the leverage underneath. They got that low position. He's got his head up under the chin.
Sometimes it's better to be shorter, like in this sport.
And we're going to go to the second period scoreless.
It's harder to attack a shorter guy sometimes. Because they're down by their legs.
All right. Charles Williams starts off the bottom, second period. Of course, the final results, the dual meet team score, Parkersburg High School is going to walk away with the victory. However, Charles Williams would like to close this out with a victory for the Parkersburg South Patriots. There's a good cross face by Zach Medina. Bipod position for Charles Williams. A little bit of hand control. Close to an escape. Close to an escape. Close to an escape. Going to be a stall call. There's the Peterson roll. Out of bounds. Boy, lucky to avoid the stall call there, Zach Medina. I think Charles Williams taking it back to the mat with the Peterson attempt to save the stall call. And he's going to set it, if he can set it up right there, he needs to short sit a couple times. Short sit twice and then hit that Peterson on him. He's got to clear that inside leg. Zach Medina's clamped down on the inside leg. There the stall, there the count starts for the referee over here. Now, there we go. Avoided the stall call. 1 point lead for Charles Williams, Parkersburg South heavyweight. Like to see these two guys throw some headgear and gloves on.
Yeah.
Jump in the squared circle.
1 minute left.
1 minute left, second period. And there's some good inside position from Zach Medina. Reaching in there for a body lock, and there comes a headlock attempt from Charles Williams. He bails on it, and the size he took advantage of the size right there. He put that big 300-pound body on Zach Medina and scored his three-point takedown. That makes it 4-0.
I saw an opportunity there for Medina to bear hug.
Yep, I saw it too, but boy, that's a big risk when you're taking on a man that size.
Yeah.
And once you get underneath there, it's hard to build a base back up. Got to start working backwards over those knees, and you've got a semi-truck on your back.
Yeah. Doesn't look like fun.
No, definitely does not look like fun. That's going to be 4-0 lead going to the third for Parkersburg South heavyweight Charles Williams. Pardon me. All right, third period. Zach Medina on the bottom. Charles Williams on top. Quickly broken flat. Big forearm across the neck for Charles Williams. That can't be comfortable. Half Nelson's in. Zach Medina is going to his... No, he's not. I was going to say, boy, if you go to your back under Charles Williams... There he goes to his back. She's getting tuned up now. There's the pin for Charles Williams. Good way to finish the night for Parkersburg South. However, the Parkersburg High School Big Reds proved to be the superior dual meet team, and they are going to take the victory 39-22. The PHS student section over here kept it clean all night until just now. Started to hear a little bit of profanity come out of there. We see the handshake line going through there. Mike, just to recap the night, Stephen Myers and Dom Way, real deal, right?
Oh, yeah.
Jesse Adams, the real deal. I think we found out that Parkersburg South is a little bit closer than everybody thought they were. We also found out that Parkersburg is a little bit better than we thought they were. But all in all, a heck of a night of wrestling. We got to see some good girls wrestling. The PHS girls took the duel. We got to see the Parkersburg High School boys take this duel. And again, thank you for joining me. I'm Macho Bob. This is Mike Shepard. You've been watching high school wrestling on CAS 45, brought to you by One Community Federal Credit Union. It doesn't matter if you wear red and white or blue and white. We all wear red, white, and blue, and united we stand. Good night.
Good night.